WWE TLC, and we should be in for some very interesting stuff. Normally, I'm a little bit nervous about Raw, but actually tonight I'm feeling a little bit confident because, of course, this is a Fallout show. This is a show straight after a pay-per-view, so I've got high hopes that this is going to be very, very interesting. What you tend to find is that you tend to find a lot of these shows kind of build towards pay-per-views, and then when you actually get to the pay-per-view, that can be the end of some of the feuds, and then you kind of start afresh after. I really hope we're going to start afresh with the Lana Rusev storyline, but I don't think we will. So yeah, we might unfortunately have to suffer that a little bit longer. But yeah, of course, we've got a few things going on. We've got Liv Morgan, who could return tonight. We've got Eric Rowan's cage. Might get some answers on that. And obviously, you know, we're building with Seth and the AOP. So there's plenty going on. Lots of news to talk about as well in regards to the United States Championship and Kairi Sane. So there's definitely lots to be spoken about and lots to go through. Let's jump into the chat. Hello to WFS Wrestling. Hello, my gorgeous chocolate orange man. Shout out to Human Detox. Hope you are well. Jim Gore, shout out to you. Brandon, Psycho, Jason Peace. Lito, Jamie, famous KJ, shout out to all of you. Days, your audio is loud. I don't know why it would be loud. Settings look about the same. Don't know why that would be loud. Yeah, I'll turn it down a little bit. There we go. Does that help? Is that better? All the settings seem all right. I don't know. I've turned it down a touch. I don't know if that's made a difference. Days sounding like a 50s motion picture. Ooh, okay. Seems like we've got a few issues with sound. Let me adjust it a touch more. See? There we go. Don't know. Chocolate oranges. Days, no NWA Power weekend is... Hang on. I don't understand that message, but Days are no Power is weekend. You can January 2020. They've done TV tapings for Power. I'm not sure when they're going to air those. So we'll have to wait and see. Better. Oh, okay, cool. I don't know what was up then. It was only slightly above where we normally are. Perhaps it makes a massive difference. I don't know. That's interesting. That's something I'll have to keep an eye on in future. But well, there we go. Should all be good. Hello to everyone that's in the chat, and hello to Jesse as well. Jesse Callan saying, "Hi, buddy. Let's start this off with a little gift." Thank you very much, Jesse. Really appreciate that. In fact, you was the last person to donate as well. So shout out to our list of legends. We've got Dan the Money Tree T. We've got Anadors, Trey Jackson, Jesse Callan, and then the legend, Jesse Callan. Again, she did it twice. So there we go. Turn it up a little bit. What's going on? What do you mean, turn it up a little bit? Days got suspended for getting jumped and fighting back. Wow, I wouldn't worry about it, but if you were just defending yourself, then I wouldn't even give it any second thought. Shout out to Luke from North Carolina. Shout out to you. Shout out to Psycho Pickle. Hope you are well. Hello to E-Man as well. Trabonti99, hope you're well also. Let's get stuck in, shall we, to WWE Raw and just do a quick little preview of that whilst we're waiting for a few people to join us. I've not seen many matches that have been announced, but we can have a look at the official preview. So it says that tonight is going to be a big night. We've got Randy Orton taking on AJ Styles. And as well as that, fans in attendance will see a 5-hour event, because there's going to be segments after Raw filmed for next week's Raw. So next week's Raw isn't going to be live. Next week's Raw is going to have segments that have been filmed tonight after the show. That means there's going to be spoilers out there. But, this is very important. They will almost certainly do backstage segments that we don't have any idea about. There could be anything that gets announced. They have done this before. I think it was when they were in the UK. Obviously, that is taped. But then when they actually show it, they tend to put a few little backstage moments. And there tends to be some very interesting news. So I would still be optimistic for next week. I wouldn't worry too much about the spoilers. Because there's always a way of dropping surprises in using taped backstage segments. So, yeah, big night for everyone that's going to be at this show, because that means they're watching Raw and then they're going to watch next week's Raw. They're getting both shows. It says that Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair against the Kabuki Warriors is being advertised, but that is likely to be a dark match. And plus, I don't even know if Kairi Sane would be cleared for that, because, of course, after TLC, or during that match at TLC, she suffered concussion. And there was quite a bit of concern about her afterwards. There's rumours that she collapsed in the ring. I've not seen that confirmed, but what I do know is that she has taken to Twitter and sent out a thumbs up emoji. And Becky, Charlotte, Asuka, Paige have all tweeted out today saying how tough she is, and the fact that she kept going. Rumours that she got hit with a monitor screen as well during the match last night. I've not seen that footage, so I can't confirm it, but people are telling me it's out there. You can see that she gets hit with a monitor, so I don't know if that's true, but I believe she did get concussion. So I would be very surprised if she was going to be in action tonight, even for a dark match, even if it was just something off TV. I don't think they're going to do it. But yeah, we've got AJ against Randy, and should be some spoilers that come out after Raw tonight. I feel bad for everyone there. Normally, Raw isn't the strongest show. I do think this week's going to be decent. So we're going to have to wait and see what they've got in store. But yeah, could you imagine if like this week's Raw is rubbish and they finish and then they go, right, let's start next week's? You'd be in tears, wouldn't you? You'd be like, no, I can't sit through next week's as well. So it might be a blessing and a curse. I received my figure on Friday. I wish you and your family a Merry Christmas. Shout out to you, my friend. We've got Mama Days in the chat. Who says, love you. Well, good. I would expect you to. We've got Thomas. We've got Immature64 reviews. Feel like my voice is kind of cracking up a little bit as well now. I think like all the weekend of streaming is maybe starting to catch up a little bit. But we should be fine for this evening. I'm going to take it nice and chilled. Did I hear something about a new United States Championship belt tonight? Yes and no. The rumor is that there is a new United States Championship on the way. We don't know when it's coming, but Belt Fan Dan, who has got some connections in WWE and is like anything that goes on with belts, he knows about it. He was on Twitter saying that he has heard that a new US belt has been delivered. So WWE have received it, but he hasn't seen it. He doesn't know what it looks like. And I totally believe him. He's someone that when it comes to belts, I believe is a reliable source. He's someone who has got no reason to lie. He's got no benefit in lying. He's not got a YouTube channel, or he's not got a news site, or so if he says this, there's no benefit to him to make that up. So I do believe that there's a new United States Championship on the way, and of course we've seen a new Intercontinental Championship. So bringing in a new US title would make perfect sense, and it's the one belt I think they've needed to change for a long time. I wouldn't even have a United States belt. I would get rid of it and replace it with something else. You could replace it with lots of different things. You could replace it with like a TV title, or I don't know. There's lots of different things that you could bring in. You've got the Intercontinental, but this is what I've said this before. You've got the Intercontinental, which is North and South America. So that covers Brazil, Argentina, United States, Canada, Mexico, right? All of that. Yeah, that's the Intercontinental. Then you've got North American Championship in NXT. That just looks after Mexico, Canada, and the United States. And then you've got the United States that only represents the United States. So out of them 3 titles that we've just spoken about, the United States Championship, you could argue, is smaller. It's smaller than the Intercontinental and the North American. So for me, the United States Championship would probably do better being on NXT. And then switch it with like the North American title or something like that. Maybe I'm just thinking too much into it, but it does seem a bit weird. Like Raw is one of your flagship shows. It should be, should be big titles on there. And I know that the United States title has got a lot of history. I totally understand that, but they don't use that history. What's the point? They don't talk about previous winners or show you footage of previous winners, or the title design isn't some kind of iconic title design. I don't understand, to be honest. So, and it's got nothing to do with US. We've said this before. I would say the exact same thing if it was the UK Championship. Why is the UK Championship on Raw? So, yeah, I would look to replace it with something. But if they're going to keep the United States, then I do think an updated design, because I do look at some of the other belts and they seem a bit more prestigious. They've got a bit more detail and they just look classier. Whereas I think the United States belt, it doesn't look that great for me. It's one of my least favorite belts. So, yeah, I kind of hope that they change that. If they just change the design, then so be it. So, but no idea if that is popping up tonight. That's the big news. No idea. Stowe Wrestling says, if you had to pick a new title, what would it be? That's a really good shout, Stowe Wrestling. I personally would move away from places, I think. I don't know if we need, I suppose it's all right to have, a UK champ and a United States champ and a whatever champ, but I don't know if we need that. I feel like a TV title would be pretty cool, or I've always been a fan of different weight classes and maybe looking at doing something that way. Honestly, you could have the WWE Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Middleweight Championship, and both could be treated as the same. Both could be prestigious. If you're a bigger guy, you go for that one. If you're a smaller guy, you go for that one. Not a cruiserweight, but just a real difference. I mean, I'd have to look at the roster and see if that would work, but I am a fan of weight classes. And I am a fan as well of rotating the belts in the main events. I don't feel like it should always be Universal and always be WWE. There's a lot of people criticizing yesterday at the fact that the women's tag titles main evented the show. I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I think what you're doing is you are just putting a little bit of prestige, just a little bit of prestige onto that title. You're actually saying, do you know what? We value this belt. This belt is important to us, to the point where it's going to headline this pay-per-view. I wish that they'd announced it in advance. We didn't know until the actual event. But could you imagine if it had been part of the build where they said, look, a match this big with Becky, Charlotte, the women's tag titles, that is your main event, as we went into it. I really like that. And I'd really like it if at Backlash and all these other B shows, they get headlined by the Intercontinental Championship, and then the next one is headlined by the United States, and then the next one is headlined by the women's belt, or whatever it might be, because your big shows are going to be headlined by either the WWE or Universal. That's pretty much a given. Sometimes you might use the women's, like Raw or SmackDown, but when does the Intercontinental Championship get a chance to be the main event? When does that get its opportunity? So I really like the idea of these B shows, which, need something different to make them appealing. Why not put a killer Intercontinental match? Nakamura versus John Cena for the Intercontinental Championship. Has Cena ever won that belt? Just thinking out loud, I can't picture Cena with that title. Has Cena won that belt? I'm starting to think now. Someone's told me he hasn't. I'm sure someone's mentioned to me that he's never won the IC title. Let's have a look. Go down. World Heavyweight Tag Team, WWE Tag Team, United States, Money in the Bank, Rumble, number 1, Slammy. John Cena has never won the Intercontinental Championship. So how about in 2020, the main event of, pick a show, I don't know, Great Balls of Fire, whatever they're going to call them, some B show, TLC next year or whatever. Why don't they main event Nakamura versus John Cena for the Intercontinental Championship? I'd love that. I think that'd be amazing. I really do. For weight classes, a middleweight range would be 206 to 220. Heavyweight would be 221 and up. Look, IB gang, that could be absolutely perfect then, because you've got heavyweights that are 221 and up. You've got middleweights that are 206 to 220, and then you've got 205, which is your cruiserweights. So could you imagine if they got rid of the United States belt and they moved the cruiserweight belt to Raw, and they brought in a middleweight? So you got 3 belts now. You got 3 weight classes on Raw, and they just rotate each of those titles. And I know you might be thinking, oh, I'm not too keen on like the cruiserweight belt, but you're only saying that because there's not that many big names in that division. Imagine if the cruiserweight division had people like Finn Balor and people along those lines, you know, like smaller guys that come in at around 205. Daniel Bryan might come in at a cruiserweight. I'm not too sure. I don't know how much they weigh, but I know they're smaller guys. So yeah, you know, I mean, if we still had Neville, then he would be in that division. If we still had Austin Aries, then he would have been in that division. Like, you could build a great division. Rey Mysterio would be in that division. All these guys, you only need about 8 guys, and you've got a great division. 8 guys for cruiserweight, 8 guys for middleweight, 8 guys for heavyweight. And rotate their importance, you know, have each title main eventing. I really like that. I know it changes things, but change is good. Give it a try. Why not? You can stick to the normal Intercontinental being a mid card and the US title, the WWE title being the main title on SmackDown. So you can keep it old school on SmackDown, but why not try weights on Raw? I know this is quite a deep conversation, but I do enjoy having these conversations because, well, when else would we have them? And I do think that there's just food for thought there, you know? Even if you don't agree with the idea, even if you're not totally on board with the idea, just something to think about. But I'd love to know what you would bring in. What would you bring in? What belt would you bring in? Would you go with the weight classes, or would you keep the United States, or what would you do? Let me know. I'm genuinely interested. Right, we've got Eric Haberman. Hey, Days, how are you doing? I hope Raw will be good tonight. Same here, bud. Same here. I've got high hopes that it will be. Very high hopes that it will be, because of the fact that this is a Fallout show. If this was a go-home show, and I've said it on previous streams, I would be nervous. But yeah, I think that this has got a lot of potential, and hopefully we get some answers with Rowan or Liv Morgan. Darkstorm 10. Sounds like a killer game, doesn't it? Oh, what did you get for Christmas? I got Darkstorm 10. It says Royal Rumble predictions. I'm leaning towards CM Punk. I'm leaning towards CM Punk winning it. Maybe that's just me being hopeful, but I really would like that. There's lots of rumors that we could get Roman against Bray or Roman against The Rock, which would be epic. But I don't know. I don't know where we are with CM Punk, but I would love for him to come back. So yeah, CM Punk. And when it comes to the women, I would really like, I don't know, maybe Ronda. Maybe Ronda comes back and challenges Becky. So we end up getting, I mean, could you imagine if it was AJ Lee? Could you imagine if we got CM Punk as the winner of one and AJ Lee? That would be so great. That would be so great. CM Punk and AJ Lee both winning the Rumbles. That would be a massive talking point. Vince should do that. I mean, AJ Lee has said she's retired and she's not interested, but man, that would be so good. That would be so good. Hardcore title. We've kind of got the hardcore title with the 24/7, haven't we? That's the only problem, is that you could bring it in, but it would be a bit too similar, I think. Bring back the light heavyweight. Yeah, I ain't got an issue with that. I think cruiserweight is on NXT. Lightweight would be on SmackDown. Heavyweights on Raw. That's interesting. Middleweight or TV would be great. Daniel Bryan for Universal Champion. Days, choose a colour. Choose a colour. I don't know what you mean. My favourite colour is, like I've said before, like a yellow, kind of a warm yellow. That's my favourite colour. Queen Jessie. Hello, Jessie, by the way. Hello, Monica King. Shout out to you. Shout out to Jim Gore. I would pick Roman versus The Rock out of those two matches, says Jim. Yeah, I would go with that as well. European Championship on NXT. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind a European Championship. Part of me thinks that the European Championship should probably go to NXT UK, and it should be the main title, because, again, very similar to what I've just said about the United States title, why would you have the European Championship as your mid-card? You're kind of saying this is the best wrestler in Europe, and they're our mid-card, and our main champion that's the best wrestler in the UK. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't really make much sense. You'd have to switch it around and have the European as the top title and the UK as the mid title. My pick for Roman. My pick for the Rumble is Roman, and for the women is Sasha. Very cool. I like Sasha winning. I think would be very good. Hi Days from Manila. Hello, my friend. Looking forward to NXT. Oh my God, yes. NXT. It looks insane this week. It is stacked. I mean, they are starting. I don't know if you heard this news, but they are starting that show with Finn Balor versus Adam Cole. Think about that. Finn Balor versus Adam Cole. Middleweight equals all-around wrestlers. Cruisers equals fly. Heavyweights equals big dudes. Yeah, kind of along those lines. I kind of feel like anyone could compete for the heavyweight title, if you know what I mean. Like, if they're brave enough to step up and go after it. So, I still would like to have a very strong division. I would still like to have, 8 guys in that heavyweight division. I think you'd be looking at people like, I'm trying to think who's on Raw. I mean, we've got Brock, we've got Drew, we've got Rowan. Who else have we got? Who could you... Let me have a quick look. I'm going to quickly have a look at the rosters here so I can tell you what a heavyweight division would look like. I'm not saying it's going to be ideal. I mean, we've got Lars Sullivan coming back. Bobby Lashley. That would be amazing. I feel like we need some faces here. So, Drew McIntyre would be heavyweight. Randy Orton, I think, would squeak into heavyweight. Bobby Lashley. Kevin Owens, I think, might squeak into heavyweight. Maybe Rusev. Rowan would. Samoa Joe might. Who else have we got? No Way Jose. Brock Lesnar would. So, I mean, there's six names for you. I appreciate it would need a bit of work with faces and whatever, but yeah, you could definitely make that work. And don't forget, we've got the likes of Lars Sullivan coming back as well. Plus, also, if you wanted to take someone out of NXT, you've got like Bronson Reed, who I think is going to be a big star in the future. Aleister Black. I know he's not the tallest of guys, but I don't think he would look out of place in that heavyweight division. And I've got to be honest, Aleister Black against Brock Lesnar, that is a match that I really, really want to see in 2020. I'm not in a rush. I'm quite happy if we don't get it till the end of the year. But I would love to see Aleister Black versus Brock Lesnar. Days, I don't think it would happen, but I'd love to see a title that can be defended across all promotions worldwide. Hello, Wrestle with Andy, by the way. I was mentioning you just the other day on a stream. All good stuff. People were asking me about would I collaborate with Cultaholic and stuff like this, and I said I would only collaborate with people that I actually watch, and so that's why I collaborated with yourself and collaborated with the likes of Tommy Toy Travels and whatever. So great to see you here. Your ears must have been burning from like yesterday. John Morrison in the Royal Rumble. Yeah, Morrison coming back. He's going to be a good addition, isn't he? I have heard of Grado, yes. Cain Velasquez for the Rumble, of course. Someone else that could go into a heavyweight division. Cain Velasquez. Black versus Murphy was so good. I completely agree. It's an absolute shame how they're booking Braun. Yep, I agree. Braun deserves better. Lucha House Party are underrated. I'm a fan of theirs. Shout out to Master Gamer 2020. And hello to Nails and NY is here. Days, we should get a special pay-per-view title that can only be defended on pay-per-views. Yeah, maybe. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not against it, but what would they do? I'm feeling on Raw and whatever, there'd just be a lot of non-title matches with the champion. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. Let me know. Feel free to let me know. Would you like a title that's only defended at pay-per-views? It kind of the industry has changed now, hasn't it? It's kind of like Raw and SmackDown are arguably more important than the pay-per-views. So you kind of need a way of bringing viewers into that. If you've got a title that can't be defended on those, don't know. It's a good idea. Good shout, though. What's going on with the colognes? Yes, really interesting what they're doing with the colognes. They apparently asked Primo to go for a drugs test, and he said, I don't want to fly to America, because he was in, I think, Puerto Rico, and he was like, I don't want to fly all the way to America to do it. Can you just send someone here, or can I go to a local place? And he claims he didn't hear anything back. And then a few weeks later, he got a letter in the post saying he had declined to go. And so that's what's happened. So he's suspended now because he declined to get a test. And he's like, I didn't decline. I just asked them, can I not have to travel all the way to America just to do a drugs test when I could do it here? So that's what he's claiming anyway. So, but I don't know what the reason is with Rude. I don't know what Bobby Roode's done or Robert Roode's done, because he also got found guilty of violating the wellness policy, didn't he? Deathstorm says, if CM Punk did win, would he face Brock or Bray? I would have him face Brock. I would have him go up against Brock. I wouldn't want to see CM Punk versus Bray. CM Punk versus Brock. CM Punk wins. That's what I would do. Mega match. I mean, they've got a history. He's lost to Brock before. CM Punk obviously didn't look great when he was in the UFC. And they could have a lot of fun telling that story. They could really be ripping it out of him. I don't know how they book the match so that he wins. But I feel like it's a wrestling ring. It's not an octagon. You can jump out the ring and, you know, you can evade, and there's lots of things you can do in a wrestling ring you can't do in UFC. And I feel like, you know, if he comes back, wins the Rumble, I would put him in there with Brock. Patrick O'Neill says, buddy, me and Olina here. I hope you are well. I'm good, thank you, pal. Well, I say I'm good. I'm having to be a little careful because my voice is going a little bit, I think, because of all the shouting that we've done. I can see someone asking, if we were to bring in weight divisions, what would the middleweights look like? And I think that's a fair question. So we'd be looking at potentially Kevin Owens, depending where you want to put him. AJ Styles, depending where you want to put him. Seth Rollins. Andrade. Who else have we got? Jinder Mahal, Samoa Joe, depending where you want to put him. Mojo Rawley. So, again, about about 5 or 6 there. That sounds like a great little division to me, that does. And then when it comes to like a cruiserweight belt, you've got some great names in here. You've got the likes of Ricochet. You've got the likes of you could put Andrade in that division if you wanted. You could put Humberto Carrillo, Buddy Murphy, Akira Tozawa. Who else we got? Eric Young could maybe go. I don't know. I can't even picture how big Eric Young is anymore. I haven't seen him for that long. So again, a few names there, about 4 names there that could go into a cruiserweight division. So yeah, I'd be interested in something like that. What do you think about Revival versus Harlem Heat? I think that would be very fun if they could still do it. I don't know if Harlem Heat could still do it, to tell the truth. What do you think about, answered that. Rousey versus Asuka would be amazing. When will John Morrison return? I'd bring him back at the Rumble. Eric Haberman says, I think Marty Scurll will turn up on NWA Power tomorrow night. They've actually already advertised that he is going to be in a sit-down interview. And they showed an image of it. So it's going to be Marty sitting down with Stu Bennett. So, yes, I think he is on that show tomorrow. So, again, if you are watching this and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe because tomorrow we're here with NWA Power and that show. I got to tell you, I know people that have been at the tapings and they haven't told me any spoilers. They've just said, don't miss the next few episodes. Like, people are buzzing about what NWA have done, and taped. So I really do think that Power, NWA is just growing and growing and growing. And honestly, one of my favorite shows of the year was Into the Fire. Super excited for tomorrow's show. So yeah, really excited for Power. And then, of course, as we've said, on Wednesday, NXT with Finn Balor and Adam Cole. We've also got, I believe, is it Jungle Boy against Chris Jericho on AEW as well. So plenty going on Wednesday. So don't think that the wrestling fun has stopped. We've got big night tonight, big night tomorrow, big night on Wednesday. We have a little rest, and God knows I'm going to need it. And then we're back on Friday for SmackDown. So lots going on. Daniel Bryan, a.k.a. Red Cassidy. Yeah, I saw that picture. Someone sent me an image of Daniel Bryan morphing into Orange Cassidy. And it's quite uncanny. Someone also sent me a picture of the new Daniel Bryan and compared it to Chris Martin out of Coldplay. And that was quite uncanny as well. It's weird how many people Daniel Bryan looks like when he doesn't have a beard. Shout out. Oh no, the screen's frozen. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling Days. We had high drama then for a second. Hopefully you guys can see us. I have got no idea if this is getting through. You can see the kind of drama that we've suffered there temporarily. You're going to have to let me know if this is coming through or not. So people saying yes in the chat, is it? It's back. I can see you. We are back. That is amazing. Right, I am very, very quickly trying to restore as much of this as I can. So you can see that we're down on a lot of different things. I can get a lot of this. Oh, no, it's back. Okay, there we go. It came back. That is amazing. So we had high drama there. High drama. Looks, oh, hello. A little bit of lag. I think we've just got to get a few things settled down. We've just got to get a few things settled down. Let me see if I can find... The countdown clock's disappeared. That's not the biggest problem in the world, but we can fix it. Right. And the time's gone again. Not the biggest problem in the world. We are now 17 minutes away. Set. Bang. Done. Okay, right. I think we're all good. I think we're alive. Okay, apologies for that. I'll tell you exactly what happened then. I was talking to you guys, and I always have my camera set up here for like reaction videos so that I can just film and we can watch and blah, 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 right? And I just happened to notice that my camera didn't have the memory card in. So I was like, oh, I better sort that. So I was talking to you guys and put the memory card in. And I put it up here and it fell. And as it fell, it just knocked the top of the laptop. Now, I've had this laptop for about 2 years now. Just over 2 years, actually. I got this laptop for the first Wrestling Shop Live event. So I got it for the first Wrestling Shop Live. And I've used it pretty much every day since then. So for 2 years, this laptop, everything happens on it. And it's got to the point now where it's old. It's wheezing. I think laptops should last longer than 2 years, but I use this all the time. So right now it's like... it's proper struggling. It's like an old man laptop. So if you touch it, if you breathe on it or anything now, it goes, good night, and goes to sleep. So that's the first time it's done it during a stream. So I think that's my warning sign. I think that's my warning sign that it's time. So that'll go on the old Christmas list to get a new laptop, and then hopefully we won't have that problem. So yeah, nothing to do with the internet, nothing to do with anything apart from the actual hardware that I'm streaming out on. I've got to show you as well. I don't know how I can show you, but I am actually, this is how bad this laptop is. Let me show you. Look, in fact, look, this is what I see. I don't know if you know what I see, but that's what I see. That is all the settings and everything that I see. Wow, look at that. We've got Inception there. We've got proper Inception going on. So, yeah, that's what I can see. And then there's a few little bits there that I can change. Look at this. Can you see what this is right here? That is sellotape. I have got sellotape sticking my laptop together. It's like properly in bad places. It's in bad places. I've got sellotape on my laptop. Days, it's The Fiend. It is The Fiend. I want to see Rey Fenix and Ricochet in a wrestling match. Yeah, that would be cool if they were to do that. Don't need sponsors. I've been saving. So yeah, money that I get from like YouTube, I've been putting a little bit aside because I knew that this laptop was struggling. It's been struggling for a while. So it's been, there's just been little bits I've noticed that have started to go a little bit slow. So I knew this day was coming, but I didn't expect it to get shut down during an actual stream. So apologies for that. That's, yeah, maybe me waiting a little bit too long. Days, glad you liked the tweet. I randomly came across it. It's a mystery. Yes, R.I.P. laptop. Days, has Velveteen Dream and Johnny Gargano returned yet? No, not yet. Welcome back, thank you, Patrick O'Neill. I don't like non-title matches. I like every match a champion has should be for the title. That's what a champion is. Yes. Welcome to vlogging days. Yep, it's a whole new thing I'm gonna start. Who do you want Aleister Black's next opponent to be? I think he could have interesting matches against a lot of people. But I would like to step it up a little bit now. I'd like to see some against maybe Drew McIntyre. I think that could be a lot of fun and have it as like a long-term feud. So I think Aleister Black taking on Drew McIntyre, I think that could be very, very tasty. If Bray Wyatt was sponsored by Heinz, would he become the Bean? Probably not. Mr. J says the new computer days fund starts now. I don't need it, buddy. Thank you for the kind donation. I really appreciate it. But yes, I have been putting a little bit aside. I know that I need this. I knew this day was going to come. UK viewers, don't forget Raw is on Sky Sport Mix. Thank you to everyone that was in the chat and kept the chat going as well whilst I was away. Really do appreciate it. I really am relieved as well at the fact that the stream didn't end. I mean, the computer actually turned off. So I'm really relieved that the stream didn't end and we're still streaming on the same kind of video, if you will. That way we haven't got to mess around with lots of different things. So, yeah, I appreciate people keeping the chat going. Very, very cool. What is your dream match for this upcoming WrestleMania? And hi, Days. Hello, Alex. Dream match for WrestleMania. That feels like a good one to throw out to people. Let me know, what is your dream match for WrestleMania? What is your dream WrestleMania match? My dream WrestleMania match, I think, would... Well, honestly, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, I think, would be a dream match. So I would be leaning that way. But let me know, what is your dream match? You guys do better than me when it comes to this stuff. Days, do you have the Vince McMahon figure? Not yet, my friend. No, not yet. Eric Haberman again. Eric Haberman is here. Sorry to hear about the computer. I hope every little bit helps, my friend. It's really kind, buddy. You don't have to be doing that. I really do appreciate the support. But as I said, I have been putting a little bit of money aside. So, yeah, no dramas. No dramas, buddy. Thank you. Days, when Balor and Cole go on first, will Balor still win? I don't know. It is weird, isn't it, that they're going to be on first? I know they're doing it because they want to get people watching them instead of AEW. I suppose they don't want people thinking. In a way, I suppose it's quite clever because they normally overrun a little bit, don't they? So they might be thinking, look, if we put it on last, people can watch AEW and then turn over to us. So what we don't want is we don't want them thinking that they can do that. We don't want them watching AEW and then changing the channel over. So that's, I think, why it's going on first. But a championship match going on first doesn't sit quite well with me, you know. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. I don't think where it is on the card is going to make a massive difference, to be honest. Right, we've got some other super chats coming in. I could say my VAR just needs to catch up a little bit because it is a little bit behind. Troy Mangan says, "Is this your job?" It is, my friend. Yes, this is my job. I did used to work in retail, and I worked in retail for a long time, and that was my job. But I was doing that, and I was doing this on the side, and it honestly got to the point where I had to make a decision because I would be at work and I'd be like, oh man, I could do a video on that, or man, I really need to try and reply to that person, or if only I was like at home right now. There was so much of that, and it just kept growing and growing and growing, and the frustration kept growing because it's like these streams weren't possible when I had a job. If I still had a job in retail, we wouldn't be able to do this because I'd have to get up early and go to work the next day. Whereas I'm quite fortunate, I can sleep when I need to sleep, and whatever. I can kind of shift my whole life around the channel. So whatever the channel needs, I can give it that. So I'm really fortunate. Like, it's not lost on me how fortunate I am. Absolutely not lost on me at all. Yeah, this is my job, and it doesn't pay as well. I'm just being honest. It doesn't pay as well as what I was earning before, but I'm a lot happier in a way, in the sense of when I was at work, I was so frustrated that I just wanted to do this. There was so many opportunities, so many things that I wanted to do videos on, and I wanted to stream the shows, and I wanted to interact more. And so, yes, cut a long story short, this is now my only job. Jodie Gilly is here. She says, Days! I shouldn't do that. I've already said my voice is a bit croaky. We ordered Logan a Huskus. Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing, bud. You're going to love him. You're going to absolutely love him. Look, here he is. Look. Oh, say hello. There he is. Okay, he's gone again. Johnny Wrestling versus Daniel Bryan. That would be amazing. Shout out to Matthew Lopez. This channel is amazing. Well, it wasn't amazing a few minutes ago, but thanks for the support. Wasn't amazing when there was nothing actually happening on the channel, apart from people having to fill their own time. Are you going to SmackDown at the O2 next year? If so, would you do a meet and greet? Honestly, I never plan on going to them. Yes, 100%. Every time I've gone, I have done meet and greets. Every time I've gone to WWE shows, whenever I get there, whenever I arrive, I always say, right, I'm next to such and such. I'm going to be here for the next half an hour. And I end up meeting a fair few people that way. But, so yeah, if I do go 100%, there would be a meet and greet. But I don't know if I would, because to be honest, for me to get to London and back here to then stream it's too close, and I really don't like streaming in hotels because, as we've seen, the Wi-Fi is unpredictable, and I couldn't even get a good signal last time, so there wasn't a stream. When I was at Wrestling Shop Live, I could not do that SmackDown stream, and I was gutted. I couldn't even do the UFC stream the next night because the signal wasn't strong enough in the hotel, so I wouldn't want to be in a hotel. I don't think I'd make it back in time. So, to be honest, I don't know if I'll end up going or not. Merry Christmas to Jason. Digital Lizard says your enthusiasm is contagious, inspiring, and much appreciated. Much like your comment, my friend. I really appreciate it. I feel like I say that a lot, and maybe it doesn't need to be said, but I really do appreciate it, so I kind of feel like it should be said. So, yeah, thank you very much, Digital Lizard. Appreciate it. Let's all pitch in to get Days the new Fiend title. No. Hashtag priorities, my friend. My next investment is going definitely onto a laptop following tonight. I already knew I needed to get one, and I was kind of moving that way in my mind. But we've taken some big steps tonight down Laptop Avenue, let me tell you. Days, we've been blessed with Holy Doritos. Ben says, what channel is Raw on? It is on Sky Sports Mix, my friend. Hey, Brother Days, what's your wrestling moment of 2019? I've got two. Marty Scurll in NWA. Honestly, it's one of my favorite moments of the year. So unexpected. And a promotion that deserved a moment like that. It really did deserve that moment. So loved it. Loved Marty turning up there. So really big fan of that. And also when we first saw The Fiend, at Raw in London, incredible. I've told that story before, that I was actually in the O2, and yeah, I couldn't believe what I'd just seen, and I knew that people hadn't seen it yet, and I ran out the O2. There's a video on the channel of me outside the O2 whilst Raw is happening, going, I've got my phone like this, and like, guys, you cannot miss Raw tonight. You cannot miss Raw tonight. Because I didn't want to give any spoilers, but equally I just knew how things had changed. And they hadn't they? I mean, look, this has been the year of Bray. It's been the year of The Fiend. So for me, it's them two moments. Days, have you been chocolate orange shopping? No, I haven't been out of the house today. Huskus is all right, though. I've promised, you can see that he's back. I've promised him that we are going to get chocolate oranges. I've actually said we're going to get 3 different flavors. So he's very happy with that. He's not even tried all the different flavors. So, yeah, he's over the moon. SmackDown or NWA? I don't know. I keep changing my mind. SmackDown NWA is so neck and neck for me. It really is. I couldn't. I don't know. I love The Fiend, but then I think I love Thunder Rosa. I mean, maybe I'd have to lean to SmackDown because of just how epic like Bray has been. You take Bray and the Funhouse and the Fiend off SmackDown, then NWA 100%. But I really think that the Fiend character is such a big deal. Maybe it just sways it for SmackDown. Jesse says, hashtag get Days new computer laptop fund. Hashtag get Days a laptop fund. I don't need it, bud. I don't need it. Thank you. Don't need it. Well, I do need it, but yeah, I've been putting a little bit aside. We're all right. I've seen an Elite Sting Wolfpack figure online. I'm debating about getting it because I am a Sting fan. Yeah, I think that was a Ringside Collectibles figure, bud. It's really great. Really, really great. So if it's at a good price, a decent price, a fair price, I'd say anything like around the $20 mark, then yeah, have to let me know how much is it. Curtis Johnston says, hey Days, you can split the donation, half for the laptop. Oh, half for the laptop, Oh my God, it's 59 minutes past. How's that happened? How has that happened? This man needs a new laptop. Everyone pitch it. Troy, what have I just said, Troy? Well, good, Troy, thank you so much for the support. But honestly, like a little squirrel, I've been putting a little bit aside, so we're gonna be all right. This is not me sitting here, like, trying to build up a fund. This isn't what's happening. We're good, Troy. But I appreciate the support, buddy. I appreciate the support. Curtis Johnston says, hey, Days, you can split the donation. Half for a laptop. Half for a chocolate orange for Huskus for Christmas. Yes. I'm telling you, I'm promising you, I am going to get Huskus and a chocolate orange. And I will show you the evidence as well. I will show you an evidence. Will the laptop fit in Daisy's stocking? Who knows? Who knows? I've got an extra large stocking, let me tell you. The timer is a little bit off. Well, I don't know. It's not technically started here. I'll let you know when it does. Here we go. We've got a little advert. 2K20 sponsors WWE on Sky. I think it's going to be out by about 10 seconds here. One day I will get it bang on. WWE on Sky. Here we go. There. 6 seconds out? That's not bad. 6 seconds out. Jesse says, we're just helping you get there a little quicker. Thank you very much. You're getting this laptop, brother. Oh, brother. Troy, thank you very much, my friend. Troy, Mangan, really appreciate the support. Really do appreciate the support. Daisy's laptop's on life support. It is on life support. It'll be all right. Look, I'm gonna when I get it, I will show you the pictures of it. I will show you the chocolate orange as well that we get for Huskus. Don't you worry. Right, we're starting off looking at Seth Rollins and his little promo from last week. I really appreciate. Oh my God! Look, now that's breaking. Everything's breaking. Lock that into place. There we go. And we'll move the word Seth up here. Days, you should definitely get the popping candy one. I've never tried that. I have never, ever tried the popping candy one. So I would be very interested to give it a go. Sean Reset says, Days, I am excited. I got the basic Jeff Hardy 92 from Five Below. That is amazing, bud. That is a great little bargain. I love Five Below. I was popping to quite a few when I was in America. We'd always stop off if we were near one. I was going to Walmart, Target, Five Below. Popped into TK Maxx, was it? TJ Maxx or whatever you guys call it. I think it's TK Maxx here, but I think you guys call it TJ Maxx. I'm not going to say who's right and who's wrong. But we were going Five Below as well, and FYE, which I don't even know if they're still going. Love them. That's one of my, that's one of my favorite ever toy hunts. One of my favorite ever toy hunts is the FYE toy hunt from last year. Just because we found stuff I've never seen before. One of my favorite ever toy hunts, that is. Absolutely love it. Eric Haberman says it's $33 at Walmart. At Walmart? It's a ringside exclusive. How have they got it? That might be why it is just a little bit more. That's still not a bad price. That's still not a bad price. As I said, anything around 20. So if you're getting it for 30, it's not bad. Is Mr. Monkey around? Yes, hello, Mr. Monkey. Do you know what? I was only thinking of you the other day because I was like, I don't feel like I've seen Mr. Monkey in a while. So, yeah, really great to see you, bud. I hope you're well. This is a nice opportunity for me to wish you a Merry Christmas, Mr. Monkey. And, of course, everyone in the chat. But I feel like I see a lot of people in the chat. But Mr. Monkey has been with us for a long, long time. And I was only thinking the other day, where's Mr. Monkey? And he's here. Days, do you think will be Fiend's next opponent? Who do you think will be the Fiend's next opponent? It's a good question. The rumor is Roman at the moment. But then that rumor has evolved. And now it seems to be Roman against The Rock. So, it's hard to know. Hard to know which way it's going to go. I see people saying hello to C Wrestling. Oh, there he is. Hello, C Wrestling. Hope you're well. Right, we are starting. Here we go. Seth. Yeah, Sethy baby coming out. Is he going to come out with the AOP? It doesn't say Beast Slayer anymore. Have you noticed that? Burn it down. And it's just got a Seth Rollins logo, so no more Beast Slayer. Yeah! No more Beast Slayer. That is brilliant. 2019 to 2019. Beast Slayer Seth Rollins. Right, he's making his way down. He's not in wrestling attire. He is in a leather jacket. We were joking about that last week, weren't we? We were saying, has he borrowed that from Becky? Is that the man's jacket? Where's Gary North? That's a good question. Someone else I haven't seen in a little while. Where is Gary North? Hashtag find Gary. We've got Samoa Joe, Jerry Lawler, Vic Joseph. Do love Samoa Joe on commentary. He does a great job. He's going to be a commentator after he's finished, isn't he? Samoa Joe. You can just tell. Either that or like a GM. Seth Rollins in the ring. Let's see what Sethy Baby has got to say. Hello, Vegan, as well. Great to see Vegan Strong Style around. Love our little community. Okay. So Seth Rollins says, let me introduce to you two men that have chosen to live on the right side of history. Akam and Razor, the authors of pain. What are they doing here? How does this story progress? Little something to go towards the laptop. Started watching you after the first Firefly Funhouse episode, and I've been watching ever since. Josh Brockwell, thank you so much, my friend. Shout out to yourself. Very, very kind donation. And shout out to everyone that's donated, everyone that's in the list of legends below. Obviously, we had Curtis. We've got Jesse Callin, Troy Mangan, Sean Rossett, Eric Haberman, who just lives in the list of legends. And we've got Josh Brockwell as well. So, awesome. Thank you very much, Josh. Thank you to everyone in the list of legends. So, we've got AOP that have come out. And Seth says, let's get on to business now, shall we? Seth Rollins is the future. So he was saying that when he was in NXT, people were calling him the future. What? Do you think there's a reason why the AOP are wearing like a black shirt and a blue shirt? Why aren't they both in the same colours? Why aren't they both in black shirts? It's not the biggest problem in the world. I don't want to make a mountain out of a molehill. But I'm just saying I think it would have looked better if they were both in black shirts. I'm not telling them that. I'm not. You can tell them that. But Seth's in black. I don't know who's who, actually. I don't know which one is Akam and which one's Razar. Peyton Kriegel. What do you watch Raw on? What website? I watch it on Sky Sports here in the UK. I think you can watch it online. And I've said before, if you want to watch wrestling, I don't know what you would put into Google if you wanted to watch wrestling. Just have a little think. If you want to watch wrestling, what might you put into Google? Just have a little think. So, good luck to you. Okay, so Seth says he wants to explain something. Being a leader is not about being cool. It's about making decisions for the sake of progress. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. I think he might get stuck in the mid-card. Not sure. I think they're more hoping that he's going to elevate the AOP rather than them bring him down. It's like J&J Security took steroids, isn't it? That's the vibe I'm getting right now. It's like J&J Security did the Muscle Man dance for about 5 years. No more Beast Slayer, yes. Days admit that this is boring. I'm alright so far with it because I'm waiting for him to actually say something. I'm trying to read if he's a heel or not. I think he is. He says he wants to lead this brand into the next decade and beyond. And whether you like it or not, you're coming with me. Surely we're going to see Kevin Owens. He says he's going to impose his will. And if you resist... There we go. So it says, if you resist, the AOP are going to enforce my will. So it is a bit heelish. Says he needs to address something. Okay. He says he's making not a very popular decision here. Okay. What is it, Seth? Say it. What is he gonna do? What's he doing? He says, I'm sorry. Whoa, okay. That's all right. That's intriguing. He says, for what we've got to do tonight, I'm sorry. But we don't know what he's doing tonight. Not the most exciting promo in the world. But I did like the end there. Really setting up that he's going to be doing some things. Did the wheel affect your stream? No, but I had to change a few settings on it. Oh, Samoa Joe calls the AOP an overlooked commodity. I love that line. I love that line. So, Seth Rollins and AOP tonight. These are the guys that hold on to leg locks too long. I love Samoa Joe. I love Samoa Joe. I love Samoa Joe. He is so good. Samoa Joe was just saying, I might do terrible things, but it's a means to an end. These guys do terrible things because they enjoy it. Really putting him over, man. Really putting him over. Absolutely brilliant work from Samoa Joe. But he's got so much experience, hasn't he? I mean, it's no surprise that he's good on commentary. I like Joe's voice. He's really cool, isn't he? Will you stream NXT? Yes, my friend, we do it every week. All we need now is no stupid pancakes. I dig it. It's like his old authority shtick, but with him in the driver's seat. They've been watching wrestling shows online like WWE and AEW for years. Fair enough. Fair enough. The guys are going to attack everyone in the locker room. Yep. Samoa Joe sounds like a guy that would be cracking at ASMR. I'd watch that. Only once. I find them weird, but I'd still watch Samoa Joe doing an ASMR. Talking wrestling in, like, husked tones. Could you imagine that? Samoa Joe with, like, husked tones. Or, like, talk... No, not you. I didn't say No, not you. There's no... I haven't got any oranges. Okay. Authors of poop. Shout out to WWE Rocks 2423. Joe is compelling on the microphone. He is. I really like him. We got an advert here. Rhea Ripley, Adam Cole, Finn Balor. Yeah, Rhea Ripley, Shayna Baszler, Finn Balor versus Adam Cole. NXT is stacked. Absolutely stacked this week. Absolutely stacked. Do you watch MLW? I don't, but someone told me that it was on Fight. I think it's Fight. So I did actually watch an episode the other day. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really, really good. Poor Huskers. How's it going? I'm good, thank you. Jack, all right? Really good. Hanging out with two dubs. I'd rather hear the AOP speak gibberish than listen to Seth Rollins for 5 minutes. Yeah, not the most engaging promo, but I like the end. I like the end where he's like, a lot of you aren't going to understand, a lot of you aren't going to agree, but we've got to do what we've got to do. And you're like, what's he going to do? So there's intrigue there, you know? So really into that. For all you New Day haters, they will never die. They have a YouTube channel, sell lots of merch, they make Vince lots of money, so stop complaining and deal with it. It's a good point, actually. They do make a lot of money. I'm not a hater of the New Day, but I mean, there's an argument they're the best ever tag team in WWE history because of what they've achieved. You know, they've already had a very long career. And won multiple championships and had epic matches and hosted WrestleMania, and they've done a lot. But I really do want to see Big E get a singles run. I really do. It's not so much about hating the New Day. It's about giving Big E the opportunity that he deserves. You know, he's got a look, hasn't he, that just screams out for him to get a run at the top. And I'm sure he will get that opportunity. They gave that opportunity eventually to Kofi Kingston. So I hope that it falls Big E's way as well. But we'll have to wait and see. They're probably not going to even mention Kyrie or Asuka. I hope we find out what's in Rowan's cage. So do I. I'm not sure that's true, Rathman. I do not subscribe to that opinion. If I thought that was the case, then I really wouldn't be watching WWE. Peyton says, what's the website like? abc.com or something? I don't even know what abc.com is, buddy. I don't know. Are you talking about to watch it through? I mean, it's on USA Network. So if you're in America and you've got the USA Network, then it'll be on that. I don't know if it's on the website or not. But there's other ways to watch it. Maybe not legal. I don't know. I don't want to get incriminated. But I'm just saying, if you want to watch wrestling, there's a way of watching wrestling. If you wanted to watch wrestling. I feel like I'm saying enough here. Eric Haberman, thank God. No Lana at the start of the show. Hopefully we don't get Lana at all. We've got the OC coming out now, so are we getting a rematch? Is this a rematch between the OC and the Viking Raiders? They are in wrestling attire. Let's have a look. Razor is a Dutch guy. I believe he was from Amsterdam. Heydays have lots of rings and things. Amazing. You have to send me a picture, Noah. Please adjust your camera. I think the camera's all right. I can see it on screen right now. Days, I want to see Lana and Bobby get arrested again. Yeah, that was the best part of this feud. Right. So there's only one tag team that holds a 1-2-3 victory over you guys. That's Gallows and Anderson. We got the same. I feel like I'm watching TLC again. This is exactly what happened at TLC. The Usos are the worst tag team of all time. Viking Raiders versus New Day. People chanting for Usos. So Gallows and Anderson call themselves the best tag team in the world, and I think this is going to be our first match. We've got the Tag Team World Cup at ringside as well, so yeah, looks like we're getting Viking Raiders against the OC, which is a match we got last night, so this seems like a really, really flat way to start Raw. Really flat way to start Raw. We're starting Raw off with, I mean, granted we had a Seth Rollins promo, that's fine. But now we're starting off with a match that we had last night. Don't get it. Don't understand. Days, can you get Evan in here so that we can do polls? I have no way of contacting him apart from Twitter, bud. Not watching right now. 10 out of 10 so far for this show. I want to see Bobby and Lana get tasered. That could be fun. In all fairness, I just don't want to see Bobby and Lana. Them getting tasered, them getting arrested, I could go with that, but we've seen something like that already. I think I'd just rather not see them. I think I'd be really happy if Bobby Lashley came out and just had a brand new feud. Lana wasn't around, and Bobby Lashley goes after someone else. Be cool if you want to betray Bobby Lashley with Rusev. When do you think the Usos will make their return? I don't think there's a rush, to be honest, because obviously there's they've got personal problems. There's been wellness policy violations and things like that. So, yeah, I don't think there's a great rush to, like, bring them back. So we'll have to wait and see. I think it's hard to say when they're going to come back. I don't think they'll come back at the Rumble because there's too many people for the Rumble. You just don't need to put tag teams into the Rumble anymore. So I'm not sure when they're going to come back. So it's a tricky one, actually. Let me know. Let me know when you think they'll come back. It can't be too far away. I just don't know when. If you are watching and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe. Make sure you're joining us. Because we are back again tomorrow, back on Wednesday, back on Friday, back on Saturday. Here again next Monday. We never go away. We're well underway here. We've got, is it Ivar tagging in Eric? Viking Raiders all over Anderson at the moment. All over Anderson. Can't wait for Jeff Hardy to come back. When will the stream titles come back? We're waiting to see. Wheel of Fun and the stream titles were put on hold until, like, around mid-January, because that's when these changes to YouTube come in. That's when this whole made for kids thing comes in. So January is going to be a very interesting month. Anderson kicks out on 2. The arena is 1 hour ahead of us. They started to record almost an hour ago. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. I suppose that makes sense, doesn't it? Because they've got to do 2 hours of next week's Raw as well after. Against the ropes. Duck underneath by Anderson. Over the top goes Gallows. Forearm smash by Anderson. Shout out to Jerry. To the outside. Anderson, Gallows catching him. Fall away slam into the barricade. There we go. Raiders are struggling at the moment. Same old thing from TLC. Yep. There's no two ways about it. It's a little bit of a flat way to start the show. But I gotta be honest, if we were going to get this match, part of me thinks let's just get it out of the way. Let's get it out of the way and let's move on to some good stuff later in the show. Rather than, messing around with this later. Let's just get it done and dusted now. Days, who is your winner this year for the Rumble? Lewis, I would love for it to be CM Punk, as we said. But we'll be doing plenty of videos as we build up towards the Rumble. Will Becky finally defend her title tonight? It's been 5 weeks. She is becoming the female Brock.
I'm not sure if she will. I hope she does. But following a brutal match yesterday, I wouldn't be too surprised if she didn't. Days, have you seen The Undertaker on the network with Austin? Yes. Really great to learn more about The Undertaker. Monica King, yeah, I thought it was excellent. I even watched the Goldberg one as well. The Goldberg one was fantastic. That was on, I think, last night. And then I even watched a couple that I hadn't seen before, like Chronicle, WWE Chronicle. I watched the Rey Mysterio one, and I also watched the Trish Stratus one. Both of them, so good. If you've not seen the Rey Mysterio one, check it out. Because he actually goes to a stall, and he looks at all the masks, and he says to the woman, it's like, how much is the Mil Mascaras mask? And she's like, oh, it's $150. And he's like, cool. How much is the Rey Mysterio? She's like, $250. It's like, yeah! And he was really pleased that his bootleg knockoff mask was selling for more money than the other masks. He even turned to him and went, right, that's amazing, thank you. By the way, can I see your permit and just see, are you allowed to sell Rey Mysterio stuff? He was only joking, of course. But there was loads of little moments like that. It was really, really good. Really, really good. Days, I think that Drew McIntyre needs a big win in his career, so I want him to win the Rumble. I think that Drew McIntyre needs vignettes, to be honest. I've got no idea why they don't do more vignettes. How are they not looking at the success of the Firefly Funhouse and tapping into that? Could you imagine, like, if we saw Drew McIntyre and he was at home and, you know, we kind of really learning more about his goals, his ambitions, what he does in his spare time, you know, how vicious he is and how he interacts with other people, and just learn a little bit more about Drew McIntyre's character. That would put him over so much more than a Royal Rumble win. I'm telling you, if you was to do a few weeks, 3-4 weeks of like a Drew McIntyre vignette, that would have a bigger impact than him winning the Rumble. Because people want to know more about his character. I mean, what do we know about Drew McIntyre? I don't know anything about Drew McIntyre. I haven't got a clue. He's sided with lots of different people. You know, he was good friends with Dolph. He was good friends with Shane. He was good friends with Elias. Now he's on his own. He was hanging around with Bobby Lashley for a time as well. And now he's out on his own, so I don't know who he's friends with. I don't know what his motivations are. I'm sure he wants to be the man. I'm sure he wants to win the main championship, but you could say that about all of them. You know, that's nothing new. But yeah, I feel like there's so much that we need to be told about. The problem, I'll tell you, I was thinking about this the other day. The problem with wrestling is back in the day, you used to have a policeman, a Native American, like a tribesman, a dead man, a voodoo high priest, the real American. You would have a lunatic in The Ultimate Warrior. You know what I mean? You had all of these different characters, and you know, the intrigue in the matches was like, what's going to happen when the dead man faces the tribesman? What happens when Undertaker takes on this savage Kamala? Who's going to win that match? What happens when Kamala... So, in a way, you already had a backstory. They already had characters, right? So it's fleshed out already. They've taken all of that away. Now, you've got Billy Bob taking on John Smith. And it's like, we don't know anything about them. We don't know... they're also similar. They all do suicide dives, and do you know what I mean? If you're gonna take all of that gimmick away and you're just gonna have like people, then you've got to tell us about them people. You can't take the gimmicks away and then give us people and not tell us anything about these people. It's like, and all the promos are the same as well. All the promos are just like, I'm gonna show you what I can do. Yeah, I'm gonna make you pay. It's all I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm sorry for what I'm going to do later in this show, or at TLC, I'm going to do this. It's all about I'm going to. But tell me about where you've been. Tell me about who you are. Tell me why I should care about you, Ricochet. Right? I want to know. You're great in the ring, but I know nothing about you. I don't know anything about Humberto Carrillo. I don't know anything about Andrade, apart from the fact that he's seemingly now breaking up with Zelina. I really want a reason to care about these wrestlers. You know, when people go, who's your favourite wrestler? You do have to think for a few minutes now. Kind of have to go, don't know. Well, The Fiend? But outside of The Fiend, who is there? That for me is like a big problem with wrestling today. Big problem with wrestling today. They've taken a lot of the fun away. Taken a lot of the gimmicks away. I don't mind, like, the Viking Raiders, for example, you know, because at least they've got a little bit of a gimmick. But they should, if they've got a gimmick, go further. Let me see the Viking Raiders doing Viking things. Let me see them going out being Vikings or doing whatever in their spare time. Joe Mikulachik says, hey, Days, feels like I'm watching TLC again. I completely agree. But half of my brain has actually switched off, and I ended up going in a rant. So apologies for that. But that's just one of the biggest issues with wrestling right now. You've got all these people. All just people. I like Turtles. Whatever happened to Thomas Schneider? You're right, Days. Raw is boring without Joe. Thank you very much, Ahmad. Appreciate the support, buddy. Shout out to Jay Nightmare. It's not about like being right. It's just an opinion. If people agree, that's cool. If you disagree, that's cool. But that's just my take on it. I really feel like they need to get that fixed. And someone like Drew McIntyre is a prime example as well. You know, Drew McIntyre should be huge. And back in the early 90s, he would have been huge. Do you know what they would have done in the 90s? They would have made him Scottish. They would have given him bagpipes. They would have put him in a kilt. You know, they would have made him out to have been like a darker, rowdy Roddy Piper. Like a proper Scotsman. And they would have built him up, and they would have given you little vignettes, and you would have seen him doing Scottish things. You know, honestly, you'd have had him at home eating haggis. He would have been at home eating haggis, bagpipes on the wall, and all of this, talking about his Scottish history and ancestry and all of this. And you would have known a little more about him, and you would have cared a little bit more. And they've got to get that fixed. And the problem is that it's been this way for so long, I don't think they're going to change it now. Don't think they're going to change it. Raw needs a huge monster character. Yeah, Raw needs a few things. Raw needs an overhaul, basically. I think it's always had the talent. This is nothing to do with the talent. This is nothing to do with the superstars. They've got probably the best roster they've ever had. It's nothing to do with that. They just have got to tell better stories, and they've just got to, you know, give us more backstories. 2 commercials for a tag match. Viking Raiders are getting some time here, which is cool. I'm pleased for them. It's just a shame that it's been booked so badly, because this is the exact same match after TLC. Most people are going to be half switched off to this. It's not going to be landing. It's not going to really be resonating with people. It's not got the impact that it should have, because we saw this match last night. Think about this. At TLC, Viking Raiders issued an open challenge. Anyone could have answered that challenge. We could have got them against anyone. But we got them against Gallows and Anderson. And now the next night we get it again. There was no need. It's not, they didn't even book themselves into this. This isn't a booking disaster. This is something they've wanted to do. Because they had an opportunity last night with an open challenge to push anyone out there. They could have pushed anyone out. Street Profits, just go out, would you? You do TLC. because we're doing Gallows and Anderson tomorrow on Raw. So this is planned. That's scary, isn't it? This is planned. They're giving them time. The match seems okay. I'm not stunned with it. I'm keeping half an eye on it whilst I'm talking to you guys. But the fact that we've seen it like less than 24 hours ago, I just don't understand. I've turned on a football game. Raw sucks. The 2002 roster was better. I don't know. There's an argument, yes. I mean, the class of 2002 is excellent. Days, the other week, Becky did a backstage interview saying she had one more debt to collect. Stephanie's. Maybe Stephanie. Stephanie against Becky would be all right, but I would expect Becky to win that quite comfortably. So you'd have to stack the odds in Stephanie's favor somehow. Has she collected the debt of Ronda? I know she pinned her at WrestleMania, but I don't know. I still feel like Ronda and Becky need to have that singles match that was meant to happen at Survivor Series in 2018. Gallows has got the Big Raider up. Kick to the side of the head, and Big Raider goes down. Shimida says, I'm disappointed with the show so far. Cosmic Joe says this is a well-paced match. It's fair. Is this the first match? It is, yes. This match is way too long. Is Liv Morgan going to return tonight? I don't know. I feel like this show is going to need something to save it. Like, Liv Morgan might do that. But yeah, this has not been a great 36 minutes, let's put it that way. Days, I want Ronda to come back as Sister Abigail. That would be a shocker. No way that happens. Absolutely no way that happens. And in fact, I gotta be honest, I wouldn't want it. Because we've just spent quite a bit of time talking about characters. Talking about how there's a lack of characters. Whereas Ronda Rousey is one person, one of the only people that you actually know a lot about. Like, we know that she is a UFC former champion, former Olympian. We know that she is incredible in the ring, an incredible mixed martial artist. We know that she wants a family. We know loads about Ronda. So the last thing I think I would do is turn her into Sister Abigail now. She's one of the only people I feel I know quite a bit about. Know a bit about Becky, thanks largely to her relationship with Seth and her friendship with Charlotte, and obviously being a part of the Four Horsewomen. So you do learn stuff over time, but most people on the roster, the mid card in particular, I think is very poor. What do you think is going to happen with Matt Hardy? Nothing, to be honest. I think they're just going to keep jobbing him out. There's a few theories that he might get jobbed and then become woken as a result. Could happen. But they didn't use him for championships when he was woken before. They just put him in feuds, didn't they? You know, I mean, he ended up going into a tag team with Bray. Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't expect anything major. I'm not seeing him competing for the WWE title or anything like that. If he does get woken or broken, then I think he's just going to feud with the likes of Humberto and Rey Mysterio and AJ Styles, but at least you might get like a final deletion out of it. Right, we've got Ivar, is it? He's going all the way to the top. Anderson is down. Ivar looking for a moonsault. Goes for it, but there's no one home. So, OC, in comes Gallows. Anderson with a single leg drop kick. Here we go. Pick him up. Down. 1, 2, 3. Are they new Raw? Oh, they're not? So Samoa Joe was saying they're new Raw tag team champs, but they're not. It wasn't for the titles. So all of that, it wasn't even a title match. Ah! Wasn't even for the titles. What have I just sat through? Oh my God. How can you book this so badly? How can you book this so badly? I've seen this match twice. And now we finally get an interesting moment where the OC get a victory and it's not for the titles. Oh, so that's going to lead to a third match. What is going on? What is this? What is this world? See, for 79 days, my friend, I've just tuned in. Has anything good happened? There was an okay promo from Seth. I think the big thing was him saying, "You're not going to like what we're going to have to do." And then he walked to the back. So we don't know what he's going to do. Probably attack people. So he has gone to the back with the AOP. And then we just got a rematch between the OC and the Viking Raiders. The OC won. Samoa Joe was claiming we've got new Raw tag team champs. And then it turns out it wasn't for the titles. Right, we've got Rowan now. Is it time for Rowan? Is it time to find out what's in the cage? What's in the cage? What's in the cage? A 33-minute match. Let me give you a word of advice. Mind your business. There we go. Scary man. There he is. With that cage. With the loved one. Rowan in action next. Do you know what I would like? And this would be dark, and it definitely won't be. Do you imagine if he was to pull it off, yeah? And it's just the severed head of Luke Harper. That would be dark, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be dark? The severed head of Luke Harper. I would love that. Be amazing. Do you prefer live shows or events on TV? Don't know. I mean, like, live shows are great because you actually get to see the superstars yourself. So you should definitely go to a live show. But I feel like the commentary, you do miss the commentary. Because obviously whenever you go to a live show, you're sitting there and there's no commentary. So, yeah, it's a bit weird. It feels very, very different. So, yeah. I think watching on TV is probably my favourite for most events. Vince is in the cage. He probably was talking to himself the whole time. What is your favourite top 5 superstar finishes of all time? We've done that, bud. We've done that. Definitely we've done that. What if Elmo is in the cage? That would be cool. Only if it was Tickle Me Elmo. Will you stream on Christmas? If there is a show on Christmas, then yes. If there is a show, then yes. In the cage is his contract to leave. Rowan is a weird. Oh, what? You think there's a baby Yoda in there? I have seen people claiming that, yes. I bet WWE will never show who is in the cage because they can't decide. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what will happen. You'll see Rowan in a few weeks, and he won't have a cage, and it just won't get mentioned. That's what's going to happen. So you'll see Rowan just walking down. They're like, coming up next, Eric Rowan, and it's like, hang on, where's the cage? What cage? There was never a cage. What? We saw the cage. That's what'll happen. Huskus is in the cage. Kind of smelled like baby food. What would be an all-time WrestleMania main event set for next year? CM Punk, Seth Rollins. That would be an all-time main event. Eric Haberman says WWE need new writers badly. I don't know if they need new writers or if it's Vince. I can't tell. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But to give us the same match twice within the space of 24 hours and a match that's not even like a red-hot feud, I gotta be honest, it was probably my least favorite match from TLC as well. So not only are they giving us, if they'd given us Alistair against Buddy Murphy again, then all right, maybe I could have gone with that. I still would have had a little moan, but I could have gone with it because it was such an incredible match. But it wasn't even that. It was probably my least favorite match from the show. Hey ho. This isn't moany days. Even though I've been moaning for about half an hour. Let's move on. Let's move on. Sunshine and happiness. That's what we're all about. Sunshine and happiness. WWEshop.com. Ho ho Hogan. Just a little advert here for WWE Shop. The holiday box. Is that sold out now? Surely that's sold out. They only made 2,500 of that holiday box. Buy one t-shirt, get one for $1. There we go. Look, we've got the OC celebrating backstage. And AJ says he's going to take out Randy Orton. Same match within 24 hours is totally a Vince move. Joe tonight will be interested. If I ever were to go to a live show that's broadcast, I would definitely have some headphones to listen to this stream. He's going to end Randy's career tonight, apparently. Too sweet, baby. Too sweet! The best tag team. They are loving life right now, the OC. Okay, here comes Rowan. Is tonight the night? Will we find out what is in the cage? Please, Rowan. Please. Right, it's coming down. Putting the cage on the entrance stage. Jobber. He's against the Jobber, is he? Jungle Boy Jr. Oh, I haven't seen him yet. Here we go. Look, he's making his way down. I'm going to keep an eye out. Oh, hello. He's a Bella? He looks like a Bella. Brian Bella. That's what we've got there. We've got Brian Bella. Brian Bella. Yes. So, Eric Rowan taking on Brian Bella. Love the look of Brian Bella. Really does remind me of a lot like Brie. He looks intimidated, Mr. Bella. Baby Bella. Baby Bella. Look, he is intimidated. What are you going to do, Brie? He's going to run to the outside. Brie Bella to the outside. You can look, but you can't touch. You can't see it from the stars above. Boom, 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 boom. Prima! Ba, 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 ba. He's gone under the ring. Brie Bella has gone under the ring. We're getting a little bit of... This is amazing. He's gone over to the cage. Look, he's gone over. Rowan is saying, don't do it, Brie Bella. Don't do it. He's running round. No, he's tripped. He's tripped. She fell over. She fell over. She fell over. Crossbody, down goes Brie. He's not happy. Why do people keep trying to touch that cage? Leave the cage alone. Who does Brian Bella think he is? We haven't even seen him before. Rowan is scary. Unfortunately, I don't feel like we're going to find out what's inside that cage. Well, not yet, anyway. Bang. Remote. Slam down. One more time. One more time. Here we go. Picking him up again. Bang. At this rate, Daniel Bryan is not even going to recognize what his wife looks like anymore. There we go. 3 count. Eric Rowan wins. Is he gonna reveal? Is he gonna show us? I just don't think he is. I think it's gonna be another week. Another week. He's teasing. He's having a little look inside. It looks like it's made of wood, that cage. That's what I feel. I feel like it's made out of wood. That's the only thing I can tell. What would you have to put in a wooden cage? Near the pen. He just called it a pen? Near a pen? So is there a little piglet in there? You put pigs in pens? Maybe it is. Could you imagine if it was just a tiny little piglet? That would be amazing. Jerry Lawler's like, I want to see in there so bad. He's not going to show us. He's just standing on the entrance ramp. Being a moody moodster. All right, there we go. Nothing. Days, what if it's Hornswoggle as a baby? Maybe. Andrade's here. Let's see what he's got to say. Oh, and Zelina. Andrade and Zelina? Okay. Humberto Carrillo. Oh, you can see that mark. Look at his eye. Like, look at his eye. His eye is mashed up, man. It's got like a black eye. It's got like a mark all here. Oh. Should probably roll your R's for Andrade. She's great on the mic. So they're saying that Humberto winning was the best thing that ever happened, but also the worst because now they're taking him serious. I'll wear high heels so that he can hear my footsteps and have time to repent. There isn't any concrete. There isn't concrete. It's all mats around the ring. You can wear high heels, but he ain't gonna hear you. What is she on about? She's gonna have to take a bell, isn't she? If she wants, she can't wear high heels because it's all mats. So if she wants Humberto to hear her, she's gonna have to be like, ding, 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 ding. I'm coming. Ding, ding, ding. Start repenting. Ding, 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 ding. And that's just not going to have the same effect, is it? It's not going to have the same drama. There's no way that that is going to work. Right, they showed a little graphic for Lashley and Lana. So just as we thought things were going to improve, they've gone and got worse. Right, Eric Haberman says Jobber looked like he was from the movie Bill and Ted. He definitely did. He definitely did. I heard a rumor that's coming back, you know, for a third film. Bill and Ted. I love Bill and Ted. I haven't seen that film in years. Man, if I watch that, that will be a real blast from the past. That would be a real blast from the past. Plot twist, there's nothing in the cage. Anna says, why isn't this story over? Why isn't it over? Days, did you get a message on Gmail? Do you know, I didn't look. I'll look now. Let me have a look now. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Andrade should face Andrade in a crybaby match. Bobby Lashley and Lana, I'm off to bed. Brian Bella versus Rowan. It was a classic match. Oh yeah, Brian like that. Yeah, you're right. I should have spelt it that way. Right, we've got Lashley and Lana. There we go. Lashley and Lana coming up next. This is going to be good, isn't it? Days, do you think it's a good deal to get the Festival of Friendship for £15? Yeah, it's a good deal. If it's a set that you're after, absolutely. I wouldn't get it for the sake of just getting it, but it's a good price. 15 is a very good price. So there we go. Days is in the cage. Speaking of Blast from the Past, that was a good movie. What? Blast from the Past? Is that a movie? I've never heard of it. B. Mike Perry's nose. Rhonda being Sister Abigail could be so much fun. She would be dominating, and a dark Rhonda unleashed after her loss would be amazing. I have to disagree, because I just think that she's already got a gimmick, and I think it's a gimmick that everyone knows. You've got to think about the casual fans. You've got to think about those fans that just tune in once in a while, those fans that might watch WrestleMania, might only watch Rumble, WrestleMania, and a few Raws. What are they going to do if they turn on? They're like, oh, Ronda's on tonight. You know Ronda Rousey. And then she comes walking out like some spooky Victorian. I don't think it's going to work. Plus, there's so many women that need a new gimmick. I mean, Liv needs a new gimmick. She's desperate for a new gimmick. She's getting a makeover. But Liv would have made sense being Abby the Witch. But they've clearly not gone in that direction. So, yeah, I still think there's a lot of people that could do with that gimmick. There's Liv. There she is. What is this? She's looking in the mirror. How to dress. So she's in some kind of a bathroom. She's walking away. Oh, hello. Getting a bit risky now. We've got candles. This is like some kind of teen. Scary. I feel like I'm watching Scream. Liv Morgan to be continued. So you've just got Liv in a bath. She says that I've got to destroy myself so that the real me can emerge. I think that's really interesting. There was no mention of a makeover there. So they didn't talk about a makeover for Liv Morgan. They're talking about, I mean, it very much seemed like an evolution for Liv Morgan. She's talking of destroying herself. I was getting a Scream movie kind of a vibe. There was it was all dark in the bathroom and there was candles everywhere. So I was kind of getting a bit of a vibe like that. I suppose it had a little bit of a sinister vibe to it. I already know, without looking on Twitter, people are going to be saying, she's going to be Abby, she's going to be Abby, she's going to turn into Abby. I'm not getting that vibe. I'm really not getting that vibe. This feels like they're doing something separate for Liv. She's talking about destroying who she was to release her real self. Now, we don't know what that real self is, but it won't have anything to do with Abby. That's my opinion. Because she's clearly staying on Raw. You know, they're promoting her on Raw. We've had a Liv Morgan makeover little clip, and now we've got this little Liv Morgan segment that we've had. So I can't see them doing Funhouse stuff, and I don't want them to. I don't mind if she had gone over for a little bit and done a few little things and then come back to Raw, but I just don't think they're doing that. So it looks like they're actually going to give her a gimmick. I've been saying for a long time that I want to see them in their own environments, and we've just kind of had that. And honestly, if they spend a bit of time telling this story, showing us this evolution, I think it could be brilliant. I think this could really, really work. Because from what we've just seen there, that's going to have people talking. That's going to have quite a bit of intrigue behind it, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. So, yeah, honestly, right now, I don't know which way this is going, because there was no mention of makeover, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm still not ruling out that she's not going to be doing makeover or something called the makeover. But, yeah, that definitely went in a direction that I wasn't expecting. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was very good. Very good. Bill Nye is in the cage. Liv looked beautiful in that promo. I can tell you, by the way, that we've got Lana in the ring right now. Isn't he beautiful? You used to be Russian. None of you can compare to him. There's big Rusev Day chant. A little bit of respect. Shut up, Lana. Well said. Well said, John Elite 45 for life. Liv should have her own show called the Liv House. She's got a big smile on her face as she tells the crowd to shut up. Okay. Want the world to know how much you love me. Is she going to propose? Oh, she's got a ring. Oh, my God. People are chanting that you suck. She's like, I don't suck, you suck. Yeah. It's probably time, isn't it? I mean, they've been going out now for a good few weeks. This is 2019. Boos are raining down. I want to ask you to ask me to get married. So she's making him ask her. This is amazing. This is amazing. She is absolutely tapped in the head, isn't she? Oh, he's like, I don't like it when anyone tells me what to do. There's trouble in paradise. Oh dear. It's all gone a bit Pete Tong. Except you. Ah, he swerved us. Here we go. We're all going to have to get our wedding outfits sorted. Hopefully they get married at WrestleMania. That would be amazing. And also horrific at the same time. He's down on one knee. He says, we will be the most amazing couple. Hopefully we get to see his sisters at the wedding. That would be brilliant. I want to see his sisters again. I've missed those girls. Will you marry me? It was just like I had you rehearse. She is jumping around, honestly, like a 5-year-old that's just had too many cans of Coke. He says it's going to be the most amazing, ravishing wedding. This is horrific. It's going to be Lana Day. I must admit, there's a couple of parts of this that I do think are very funny. Well, there we go. I can't imagine Rusev is that bothered. Wow. Lana is terrible at this. Yeah, she is bad. does add to it. She did say rehearsed, yes. I tell you what, Vic Joseph can't believe this. Vic Joseph can't catch his breath. Vic Joseph seems legitimately upset here. Do you think Vic Joseph was hoping that he'd have a chance? He seems to be a bit OTT. I do like that line. He said he proposed, Jerry Lawler said he proposed to a young lady, and when he tried to put the ring on, she gave him the wrong finger. Love that. You know the character is bad, but props for sticking through. Yes. Seth Rollins followed for a year. Seth Rollins 365 coming to the WWE Network. So they're just recapping the start. Days were definitely seeing a wedding brawl. Did they say when the wedding's gonna be? I want to know when the wedding is. I want to know to make sure I'm not watching. The ring was from a kid's meal, was it? That's amazing. Do you know what? There's a few things about that I did actually enjoy. There was a few things in there that I actually thought was funny. No Rusev as well. He's just letting them get on with it. I respect that. Gauntlet match. Winner earns a United States Championship opportunity. This is going to see Ricochet, Tozawa, Humberto Carrillo, R-Truth, Matt Hardy, and Andrade. And that starts next. Well, there we go. So quite a good little segment that was. We got the Liv Morgan thing, and we also got the Lana wedding thing. The Liv Morgan thing I thought was interesting. It went in a direction I wasn't expecting. The Lana thing I thought was better, funnier than I was expecting. It wasn't amazing, don't get me wrong, I haven't lost my mind. But it was better than I was expecting. And yeah, we'll have to see kind of how it all plays out. But it seems like we are building towards a wedding at least. And thankfully, no Rusev attack. So hopefully we can just move on from that feud. That's what I want. I just don't want that feud anymore. So yeah, that could have been worse. That's how I feel about it. Could have been worse. But I thought the Liv Morgan thing was very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Another Hardy sighting. Yes, he's going to be in this Gauntlet match. The Liv Morgan segment gave me unneeded stress. I'm sorry to hear that. Eric Haberman says she was jumping around like a Mexican jumping bee. She was. She's an awful, awful actor. Awful actor. In a way, it adds to it, though. In a way. I don't think she's doing it for comedy effect. I think she is just awful. But, yeah, as I said, in a way, it does add to it. If you are watching, by the way, and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe. Make sure you join us. We are here every Monday for Raw, every Wednesday for NXT and AEW, and every Friday for SmackDown. So make sure that you join us for those. And of course, we're sticking here for another hour and 50 minutes for whatever this show has got in store. It's not been the greatest Raw so far. There's been a couple of moments there that I thought were worth seeing. And certainly going to be some big talking points. Liv Morgan, Lana in particular. But yeah, you know, it was all right. That was all right. That segment was all right. At least I feel like I got something out of tonight's show, because the first part of this show I really didn't enjoy, to be honest. Just being honest. Lana is the worst. Lana number O. Heydays, they are in the middle of filming the third Bill and Ted. Thanks, Ace Man. I thought they were. I thought I'd heard such a thing. Thought I'd heard such a rumor. Very cool. I love Bill and Ted. Honestly, I used to really enjoy those films as a kid. Used to really, really enjoy those films. It's one of those, isn't it? I might go back as an adult now and watch them and just be like, not sure about this. But yeah, as a kid, I used to really like them. They need to unify the IC and the US titles. That would be interesting. What would you call it? What would you call it? I think I would just keep it Intercontinental. Hey Days, do you know it's Luke Harper's 40th? What, he's 40? No way, that is madness. I didn't know he was that old. Honestly, I had no idea. Evening, JP Williams, hope you are well. We're just going back, we're just watching $1 Million Man at the moment. I do love Progressive for this. I do love the fact that they show us these little clips of times gone by. Bringing back some of the good old memories. Oh, when that kid was bouncing the ball and he kicks it away. Money, 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 money. Right, here we go. We've got the Gauntlet match coming up now. People over there, what's up? Is he still got the title? Is he the 24/7 European? Yes, he is. He's got it round his waist. What's up? What's up? Of course I do. Cool and fun time. Okay, so is in the ring. R-Truth. We're just building towards this Gauntlet match. I mean, if someone pins R-Truth, do they win the title? I don't know. I'm guessing... I don't know. Can you lose a title in another match? Surely not, because he's in a match. And the title's not on the line. But then the title is defended 24/7, so... I don't know. I don't know what happens there. I feel like that's a story they could tell. What's up, Chance? Of course, the crowd really into R-Truth. For me, has been the unsung hero, if you will, of this year. What's up? There we go. Oh, hello. He's cutting a promo. We've got an R-Truth promo. I heard that Charlotte put an end to Vega being the manager. I've heard that rumor, but I'm not sure if I believe it. What's he go? He's talking about seeing John Cena doing his US title open challenge every Saturday. Which is why. Yeah. Ever. You States. Apostrophe. 24/7. I-95. I love the fact he said I-95. South. It's very important that it's the South. He's taking both titles and he points to the sign and the sign's not there. Yeah, the sign's not quite there yet, R-Truth. Do love him, man. Where's the WrestleMania sign at? I do love R-Truth, man. Do love R-Truth. R-Truth 2 belts, says Paul Williams. I'm off the I-95 South. Oh, man, I want to go there. I want to go there. I want to visit I-95 South. Really good. Love his promos. It's such a great character. Such an interesting character. Lot of fun. I think he's been, as you said, you know, MVP, if you will. Unsung hero. Akira Tozawa making his way down. So, this is a gauntlet match. So, these two are going to start us off, and then as soon as someone gets a victory, then obviously someone else comes down, faces the winner. Winner stays on, basically. So, Zawa. Can't see either of these winning. R-Truth versus Tozawa. There we go. R-Truth is a national treasure, yes. I need to do this a bit better. Boom! Daisy from England. Yes, he is. No reason why Charlotte would break up Andrade and Vega. Vega is married to Black, unless she wanted Vega to pursue a singles push. R-Truth should get a push. He's had a push. This has been one of his best years. R-Truth has been all over TV this year, hasn't he? C479 says, the 95 South runs the entire East Coast. There we go. R-Truth is representing the entire East Coast. He wants to be the East Coast champion. Fair play to him. So, Tozawa against R-Truth. R-Truth with a bit of a spear into the corner. No one home. So he goes crashing to the outside. Tozawa over the top. He is measuring. R-Truth goes over with a cannonball. Down goes R-Truth. Again, this is quite interesting. What if he loses? Well, when he loses, does he lose the title? I'm guessing not. Jerry Lawler said it'll be a bit embarrassing for R-Truth if he doesn't even make it through the first round. Missile drop kick by Tozawa. Tozawa going for the pin, and R-Truth kicks out. Now look, we got Rey Mysterio. I've got more respect for Rey Mysterio after watching that program of his, which is crazy because I had mad respect for him before that anyway, you know. But yeah, absolutely fascinating, that show. R-Truth has been eliminated. The locker room comes down. He's running away with that 24/7 championship. We can see No Way Jose and Eric Young and Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins. Okay, so now it's going to be Ricochet versus Tozawa. I want R-Truth saying 24/7, 7-Eleven, Hardcore, TV, I-95, AEW, NWA, NJPW champion. You might get in a bit of trouble naming all those. It'd get in trouble, I think, for mentioning AEW. Do you remember, was it Sami Zayn? Do you remember they did that electric chair for 1 week? Do you remember that? The electric chair. And basically, superstars sat in this chair and got asked questions. And yeah, they mentioned AEW. He mentioned them. And the crowd were like, ooh. Right, we're going to commercial break. This next match should be all right. Should be a decent match. Cause I'm free. This show has actually been fun to watch. What happened at the beginning? We got a promo with Seth. Seth says that you're not going to like what I'm going to need to do, but it's got to be done. And then he went out back with the AOP. Singh Brothers, we saw them on NXT the other week, didn't we? They took on Breezango. I heard Sammy didn't get in trouble since he wanted it to feel edgy and get the world talking. Yeah, I think he was all right. I don't think he got in too much trouble either. Days, you should make a custom figure of yourself. A couple of people have made some for me, actually. When was the electric chair segment? Oh, it was a long time ago. Was it January of this year? It might even have been 2018, but it was a long time ago. I think early this year, maybe January. They only did it a couple of times, and it was called the electric chair. Do you remember as well? They said they wanted the third hour of Raw to feel different, and they, for a few weeks, turned the lights off. Do you remember that? Completely forgot they used to do that. They used to turn the lights off. That was this year for a couple of weeks as well. It was around the same time, I think. I was there for the electric chair. Oh, no way. I thought it was a good idea, but the problem was the people asking questions were plants. Or at least they came across like plants. I don't believe they were genuine people with genuine questions. But I don't mind that, you know. It's Raw. It's called Raw. So as long as there's no swearing, you know what I mean? Like, if they're going to ask a question that's a bit risky, I really think that segment could work. It would get people talking. Imagine tonight if, like, Sasha Banks is in the electric chair or something. Well, she's on SmackDown, but let's go with Alexa Bliss. Is Alexa Bliss on this show? No, she's SmackDown. Jesus, everyone's gone to SmackDown. Well, someone is in the electric chair and they get asked about, what did you think of Omega versus Moxley? Or something like this. Do you know what I mean? I think that would be really interesting. Electric chair happened in May. Oh, that was more recent than I thought. I thought it was ages ago. May doesn't seem that long before. No. Right, we're going back. We've got that NXT promo. Shayna versus Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor against Adam Cole. Of course, Wednesday looking like it's going to be absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. Right, we're underway with Ricochet against Tozawa. I'd imagine that we're going to get a win for Ricochet here. But I think it should be a decent match first. Nice drop kick by Ricochet. Great drop kick. So, Tozawa to the outside. Suicide dive by Tozawa and Ricochet goes down. Days, did you see Rhea Ripley taking the title? Or do you see Rhea Ripley taking the title? I feel like there could be some shock. There's going to be something to get people talking. So I feel like there will be at least one title change. Days, what days of Wrestle Kingdom are you most looking forward to? Very close. I think probably day 2 is going to be the bigger day of the 2. But day 1 looks great as well. Days, do you see Rhea Ripley taking the title? We answered that one. Days versus King Corbin. No, thank you. Days, shouldn't Tozawa be 24 champion now? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can only imagine that because the match started, you can only be in one match at one time. So you can't be in a gauntlet match, and also be defending the title. But I don't know. I think it can be easily explained. I think they can say, look, if you're in a match, and the title is then not on the line unless stated or something along those lines. But yeah, probably needed explaining. YouTube saying this is boring. We want Huskers. How long does it take Ray to put on his gloves? That's a really good point. Every time we go backstage, is like, I think the problem is that they don't say gloves. If you look at his mask, it says mask, but his gloves don't say gloves. So he's like, can't quite work him out. He needs them to say gloves so he knows. Who do you think the AOP are going to attack? Well, my guess is Kevin Owens. That's my guess. But I don't know for sure. But yeah, my prediction would be KO. Nice. Down goes Tozawa. No worries, Austin. Thank you for joining us. They have stated before that the 24/7 title cannot be defended while in another match. Thank you very much, Joseph. That has passed me by, that information. So, yeah, appreciate it. Right, we're still underway with this Gauntlet match. We're into the second stage of it. We've got Tozawa against Ricochet. R-Truth has already been defeated and has been chased out of the arena. Tozawa, nice round. Lovely submission hold now. Pulling back on the arm of Ricochet. He is cranking on that shoulder. Onto his feet goes Tozawa. Nice enziguri by Ricochet. On spaghetti legs, according to Jerry the King. Nice kick to the midsection. Oh! Roundhouse kick. But doesn't connect. Ricochet ducking underneath. Oh, these two. This is so good. 1, 2. Kick out. Really good. So this is Tozawa's second match. Referee count him. Trending right now on Twitter is R-Truth. R-Truth is trending. What is this match for? Number 1 contendership for the United States Championship. Rey Mysterio is going to get attacked by the AOP. I don't know, because Mysterio is going to be facing whoever wins this. So I'm not sure they're going to want to, you know, complicate things too much. I thought it was going to be Kevin. That's my initial thought. I'm rooting for Tozawa. Days, if there had to be a Balor faction, who would be in it? Balor. Balor would be in it. Balor, definitely. Probably not Kathy Kelly. Oh! Shooting star press. Standing shooting star press and super kick by Tozawa. Tozawa backing up against the ropes. Looks like he wants to go up top. Air Tozawa, that's what we've got now. Air Tozawa. Here we go, perched up top. Ricochet is up though. Lunges forward, roll through by Tozawa. Super kick by Ricochet. Spinning round, looking. Recoil. 2, 3. There we go. 3 count. Do you remember yesterday when we found out about the stretch muffler? That's a whole new move that I learned about. Stretch muffler. I hope we see a stretch muffler in this match. Right, we got Matt Hardy. He's still not woken, but he is doing deletes. Liv's bathtub, let me in. NWA is bringing back the TV title. AEW, should AEW have a TV title? And if so, who should win it first? AEW could introduce, they need a mid-card title, yes. So, who would win their mid-card title? I would put it on someone like Shawn Spears. I feel like Shawn Spears needs that. He's got Tully in his corner, and I think he needs a bit of momentum. Obviously he suffered a defeat to Cody, so he's struggled after that. So I'd put the mid card title on him, have him keep winning. Why does Eric Rowan's t-shirt say Abbott? I haven't seen. Days, will the US title be defended tonight? I don't believe so. Surely they're building this for next week. I can't imagine that they're going to make whoever's won this Gauntlet match. They're going to make them then face Rey Mysterio. That would seem a bit cruel. But saying that, Vince is cruel. So we'll have to wait and see. Right, we're just at commercial break, if anyone was wondering. Raw, for me, has been underwhelming. There's only been a couple of things that I've really enjoyed, to be honest. But it is what it is, you know, you can't have everything. So, normally, the Fallout shows are much better than the go-home show, so it is a little disappointing. Days, where has Jeff been? Jeff has done a wellness policy violation, hasn't he? So he's probably like seeking help, to be honest, because I think it was alcohol again. He's got an issue, hasn't he, with drink, and so yeah, he's got some demons, and not even the fun ones like the Fiend, that he needs to work out and sort himself out with. So I'm not sure when he's coming back, to be honest. I don't know what they're going to do with him. Because this is not the first violation, is it? This is like the 31st wellness violation. Same with the Usos as well, like Jimmy Uso. His wellness violation history is pretty epic. Rusev should get a new song. I hope the AOP attack the Street Profits. I don't know what the benefit would be for them to attack the Street Profits. Street Profits don't really do a great deal. Don't know. We'll have to see. Have to see. I'm sure we're going to find out soon enough. Okay, we're still at commercial break at the moment. Andrade will win because he's a heel. Days, even though this will never happen, Shawn Michaels versus AJ, would that be a match you want to see? Shawn has said that it would be a match I would like to see, yes, but you've kind of answered your own question there. It's not a match that we're expecting because it's just something that Shawn has said that he doesn't feel he would be able to do. Even Shawn has said that people are expecting the Shawn Michaels of old, and he just wouldn't be able to give them that. So I feel sorry for him in a way. Okay, Matt Hardy trying to put Ricochet away early. Zelina Vega should become the new manager of the AOP and Seth Rollins. I would have her as the manager of Aleister Black, actually. I think Aleister Black is he's struggling, isn't he, a little bit? I mean, he's not been doing a great deal. He's been waiting for people to pick fights with him. He kind of needs someone to negotiate matches on his behalf. So I feel like she would be a good manager for him. Okay, Ricochet getting his face slammed in the corner. Rey Mysterio, yes, backstage watching on. Days, what do you rate Raw so far? I think it's been very poor. I'm at about a 3, in all honesty. I would struggle to tell you 3 things that I've enjoyed. I think the Liv Morgan thing is a talking point. I think strangely, the Lana Rusev thing had a bit of humour to it. So it wasn't a segment that I absolutely hated. I think it was a little bit car crash. But there was a few lines in there that I thought was fun. So, yeah, I don't know if I'd give it a mark or just say that it was fine. I can't think of a single match I've enjoyed, to be honest. I don't know. We're at the halfway point, so get your scores in. What would you give it? I see Ray has now given up on the gloves. I didn't see. I can't say I blame him. Can't say I blame him. Get your scores in for Raw. Big back body drop. Ricochet goes down. Matt Hardy going for the cover. And a kick out by Ricochet. Famous KJ Carter says 1.3. Chalmers says 2. 2 from Sue Hines. 1 from Zubas. 4 from the Sunny Wolf. 2.5 from Dylan. 3 from Angela. 3 from Anna Dawes. I mean, Anna Dawes is normally a little positive person like me, so yeah, the fact that we're down in these numbers. Liam's a little bit more optimistic, gives it 5. Joseph 1.2. Steven says 3. Brent says 1. Can't say I blame you. Joseph says 5. Robin says 5. Matt says 2. Justin says 4. Willie G, the Scottish relation of Shorty G, says 2.8. Jamie says 4. 1.6 from Cool and Fun Time with you, Bade and a Bid. Too Sweet says 2.5, 4.5, 2.5, 7.25, 3.25, 3, 1, 3, 1.32. I mean, we are down in the doldrums, my friends. Matt Hardy with a sit-down power bomb, but couldn't get the 3. I give it 1. I give it 1/2. Hashtag Gauntlet match. That's what we're watching right now. There's not even anything to have fun with. Do you know what I mean? There's not even anything to, like, just distract ourselves with. Roll through with Ricochet. Down goes Matt Hardy. So both guys are down at the moment. Joe Mikulicik says 2. Liv Morgan haters' backs are up like crazy tonight. What do you mean, bud? What, there's people saying they hate Liv Morgan? Thought it was all right. Against the ropes goes Ricochet. Nice. Head scissor takedown. Ricochet backing up into the corner. Ricochet charging over. Spear to the midsection. Spear to Hardy. Face first. Liv Morgan's posted on Instagram. Well, let's do that. Let's have a look at that, shall we? Let's see what old Livy's doing, shall we? Livy Morgan. 2. No, kick out by Ricochet. Ricochet. Liv Morgan. What are you saying? She is saying nothing. She's not saying anything. There she is, look. More to the point, who's filming her? Who's taking these pictures? Because that's like a pervert, isn't it? Hello. Hello, Liv Morgan. I can see you through the door. It's weird. Unless she's got like a camera and she's set it up and she's put it on a timer, but that's a lot of work, isn't it? In my head, maybe that's Ruby Riott taking some pictures for her. Or Sarah Logan. Maybe it's one of them, I don't know. There we go. Eric Haberman says, I've just seen a picture of question mark and Orange Santa on Twitter. And it was on... Wow, that's amazing. 2 legends combining question mark and Orange Santa. Matt Hardy did a moonsault. Wow, he's down. Ricochet. Nice. Kick. Hardy looking for a twist of fate, but not getting it. And Ricochet gets the 3. Oh, did he get the 3? Maybe he didn't. Thought he'd got the 3. Yeah, everyone's confused. No one knows. This is a botch. The ref's talking to Ricochet. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it is. It's a 3. There we go. Matt Hardy has been eliminated. I don't know what. Was that not meant to happen? Was that not meant to happen? I don't know. Matt Hardy walked to the back. That's very bizarre. Very bizarre. No one knew. They were like, was that a 3? I thought it was a 3. Everything just stopped. Boo Ricochet. Oh. Another bad match. Does this audience even deserve a good show? They are very quiet. They are very quiet. But I think the thing is, they know they've got to sit there for 5 hours. I wanted Matt to win. Matt might have been scripted. It might have been written down that he was going to win. I don't know what happened there. Really strange. They got the 3 count, and then like there was just no one doing anything. Like Matt kind of rolled out the ring. Referee looked a little bit like, even Ricochet was like, and the commentator was like, did he get the 3? Was that a 3? What's happening? It's like, you're meant to tell us. Can you tell us? 6 hours. Days, are we doing a Wheel of Fun? No, that was weekend only, bud. Making fun of Huskus and the song by Joe Tex. Predictions for WrestleMania main event. Well, I think most likely would be Roman versus Fiend. Next likely would be Rock versus Roman. And then next likely would be Seth versus CM Punk. Voiceover work is always so great. Thank you very much, Jesse. Appreciate the support, my friend. But you know that. I hope Liv Morgan returns soon. Well, I do like the fact we got something. There's something there to talk about, isn't there? There's something for us to debate about and get stuck into, you know? So, yeah. I don't feel like I was cheated. This Wheel of Fun for every pay-per-view. Well, we don't know yet. We're going to have to wait and see. Low and steady with him. He could have been in the title match this week. But seemingly they are holding off a little bit for him. I think 2020 is going to be a big year for Keith Lee. Big year, so I'm a big fan. Right, we have got a little advert for the Royal Rumble, is it? Yeah, Royal Rumble ad. Days, can I get a shout out from Huskus too? This is not anything new that we're starting. We're definitely not starting it. Look, we've got. Can I get a shout out first? Can I get a shout out for Huskus? That is not becoming a thing. Because all I'll be doing is bringing Huskus on and off the camera all the time. Right, we've got Humberto taking on Ricochet. Roll the R's. And Humberto actually. Oh, that was heelish. Cheeky boy. Humberto went over to Ricochet, was like, let me help you up. Before he knew it, he was rolling him up. Ricochet was being a bit cheeky there. Little bit cheeky. Yeah, Jerry the King Lawless says, that seemed like a sign of desperation. Lee is going to go on to become someone big on the main roster. I think he could be as big as Mark, if not bigger. Do you mean Mark Henry? I do like him a bit more. Both are great wrestlers. The Huskus and the Days show featuring Choco Oranges. Yes. What have I started? What have you started? Days, who do you think is overrated? Vince McMahon. People don't even rate him that high. I still think he's overrated. No, look, joking aside, I love Vince. I do love Vince. He's very frustrating, but I do love what he's done. I mean, everything, he created everything. He created everything, so you've got to love Vince. He's given us everything. He signed off on Bray. He signed off on The Fiend. He signed off on Warrior and Hogan and Cena and The Shield and NXT and the Network. So, do you know what I mean? In regards to competitors, who is overrated? I don't know. I don't know if you can say someone is overrated. I haven't seen anything from Baron Corbin. I haven't seen anything from Drew McIntyre. Haven't seen anything from Braun. Can be a little hit and miss. It's not really. I don't think it's his fault. It's his booking, but all of it comes down to the booking, you know. WWE Creative. That's who's to blame. They're overrated. No one likes them. And they're still overrated. Best stable. Best stable is Undisputed Era. Sasha Banks is overrated. She's had some really good matches, though. Oh, look, he's still messing with his glove. He's still messing with... Come on. Come on. You can do it, Ray. You can do it. Days, please, I just want a shout out from the pig. But that's very hurtful, mate. I mean, I've been called a few things in my time, but I don't know if I've ever been called that. That hurt. That has cut deep. That has cut deep. I've never been called a pig before. Wow, I have. Many times, actually. Anyone notice how many number one contenders matches Ricochet is in and wins, yet doesn't win the title? Well, he's in one here and he's down against Umberto Carrello. And, it's a match that's happening. It's hard. I mean, it's hard because this match between these two should be absolutely stunning, and I'm sure it is. But I really struggle. I'm not a big fan of Gauntlet matches. Umberto going for a pin on Ricochet, kick out. They're just not very fair, are they? If you start it, you haven't got really much of a chance of winning. I understand it's the same as the Rumble, but there's many other matches that they could do. Why do we never see cages as well? When was the last cage match on Raw? Could you imagine if they did a special and it was Elimination Chamber? Why don't they do that? Like tonight on Raw, we're going to have a special main event, Elimination Chamber, for the number one contendership or something like that. That'd be cool. That'd be way better than a Gauntlet match. Is Ricochet winning this? I'm going to say... no. I'm going to say no. I missed 3 stages of hell. Yeah, they were cool. Liv Morgan's return won't be a flop. It will be awesome. Check Twitter. Bully Ray has responded to Matt's loss. Bully Ray. Let's go to Bully Ray's Twitter account and see what he's saying. What does Bully say? He says... Matt Hardy still gets one of the biggest pops the second his music hits, and Creative still refused to listen. One more match, ? Hardys versus Dudleys. It's not happening. Oh, that was from October. There we go. So, Bully Ray is sad. He is sad. He's a sad boy. I would love to see an Elimination Chamber match. That'd be so much more interesting, wouldn't it? Zelina has come walking out. Don't forget, she said that she's going to wear heels so that Umberto can hear her come in and he can start to repent, which made no sense. Hell in a Cell with War Games rules. Make it happen. Is Bray not the biggest draw right now? Do you know what? I don't know. He's the biggest merch seller, but I feel like they've just released an absolute monster because Daniel Bryan is back. He looks fresh. He looks focused. He's got the yes chant back. He's got the crowd behind him. Like, honestly, watching Daniel's return and when he took off that hood and, like, his hair was shorter and everything, which is what we expected, felt like WrestleMania 30, man. It felt like WrestleMania 30. If they can book it right, if they can protect him, if they can build the momentum, they honestly could have something very, very tasty there. Very tasty. Days, this is an unpopular wrestling opinion of yours. What is an unpopular wrestling opinion of yours? Oh, what is an unpopular wrestling opinion? Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't think that the Attitude Era was the best era. I don't know if that's unpopular. I would say if you asked most wrestling fans, they would probably say the Attitude Era was the best. But I love 80s, early 90s. I love Warrior, Macho Man, Ric Flair. Do you know what I mean? The characters, the gimmicks, Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby Heenan, Wendy Richter. So late 80s, Andre the Giant. I would take all of that over a lot of the silliness that was in the Attitude Era. Don't get me wrong. Austin, Triple H, DX, Rock, Mr. McMahon, you know? WrestleMania 17, that's hard to beat. But for every good thing in the Attitude Era, there was a bad thing as well. For every good storyline, there was a god-awful one. So, I don't know. I don't know if that's unpopular or not. I think Ruthless Aggression is best. It was a good era. Days, can I get a shout out from Huskus? I will donate. It's something that cannot be bought. It cannot be bought. You make it seem like I'm like I can control Huskus. Huskus is his own person. Stop making fun of Days. If people are making fun of me, that's absolutely fine. It's what I'm here for. Whoa. Scott Steiner in the early years is brutal. Becky is overrated. Yeah, I don't disagree. I think that she's had some very good matches. I think if you want to talk about who are the best women's wrestlers, I think you've got to talk about Becky, actually. I think she's impressed me. I think that, though, she got built up towards WrestleMania, and I wanted Ronda to win that. And then after, things just kind of dipped off, and she wobbled, you know. That feud with Lacey Evans didn't work for her, for example. And then the whole man's man, Seth Rollins thing didn't really work. But I've kind of enjoyed what they've been doing with the Kabuki Warriors, and I really enjoyed that match last night, so she's in my good books at the moment. We're still underway with this match. This is like the never-ending match. Shooting Star 2. Kick out by Humberto. This is unpopular, but I do not like Humberto Carrillo. Not that unpopular because the real Isaac Balor agrees. I think half of the NXT call-ups have been underutilized. Yeah, I don't disagree. Do you remember, was it at the start of the year when they called up Lacey Evans, they called up Nikki Cross, they called up EC3 and Heavy Machinery? And honestly, you could argue that all of those have been underutilized. I think Heavy Machinery has probably been given the best push. Nikki Cross, not too bad. Lacey Evans, and wow, you just don't see EC3. I don't even know if he works for WWE anymore. Humberto is kind of overrated. This match needs to end. I could not agree more. The crowd are not into it either. The crowd do not care. Look, you can see in the background, people are on their phones. People are bored. It's flat. It is flat. Is Zelina just standing there? Here we go. Umberto is going up top. EC3 is under concussion. EC3 could be a top star. Days, I like your accent. Thank you. Days, the attendants are already seeing next week's show, and they are getting commercials when we do now. Madness. Nice. Kick from Ricochet. So they will already know how this show is going to go. I'm not going to bother looking at spoilers. I could go onto Twitter and look at spoilers, but I'm not going to bother. Part of me thinks this match never ends anyway. I think this match just goes on for another hour. That's what happens. If the crowd was any more dead, I think they would be mannequins. I think they're doing the mannequin challenge. Do you know, I think this is like one of the last Raws of the year, and I think they've all decided to do the mannequin challenge. That's what this Raw crowd are doing. Days, that crowd is in a gauntlet match tonight. Wow. It's going to be a flat match then. Both guys get into the ring. Shout out to Nicole. I wonder, is Zelina hoping to manage Umberto? I don't know what she's doing. She's standing there smiling like a right weirdo. This is the third match. I rate Days 10, Raw 0.8. Christmas at WWE, I think we've been very naughty. I agree, C Wrestling. We are clearly being punished for something. This is meant to be like a show after a pay-per-view. It's meant to be a show that's pretty decent, you know? Instead, it makes me want to smash my head against the wall. I mean, in fairness, on paper, a gauntlet match with these superstars might seem okay. But it's just not clicking, is it? Ricochet and the slapping around. Forearm strike. Raw, I mean, look, Raw needs to be 2 hours, doesn't it? If Raw was 2 hours, then I think it would work so much better. So much better. We're all getting Cole for Crimbo. Michael Cole. We're all getting Michael Cole for Crimbo. Big superplex by Ricochet. Big superplex. Trini says, at least we've got each other. That's true, Trini. We're going to get through this. We're going to get through this. It's going to be all right. Even though there's nothing to talk about in regards to funny little things or any action to really get excited about. It's kind of crazy. They've just shown a replay of that superplex. Like, it's a really nice superplex. And you can see the front row just like... The crowd look like those kids in the funhouse. You know, the kids that look like they've all had lobotomies. Forearm strike by Ricochet. Forearm strike by Umberto. Eric Haberman says, I really think Raw needs special matches like a cage, maybe Falls Count Anywhere, something. It doesn't even need that every week, just once in a while, and definitely tonight. Northern Light suplex. Nice. Yeah. Fight for titles, because the only title he can win is the Raw Tag titles. Is it bad booking? I think it's momentum, to be honest. He's kind of got around there. He's had a couple of matches with Brock, but he's fallen short, and then he's been in a couple of feuds, and some have underwhelmed, and it is bad booking. At times, he's had amazing booking when he was flipping over cars and wrecking backstage areas. It was absolutely awesome. But then, like, you look at him and he's like doing stupid stuff with Tyson Fury. Big boot. I mean, you knew he was never winning that match. Duck underneath by Humberto. Springboard into an enziguri. Against the ropes goes Humberto over. Nice! Canadian Destroyer. Canadian Destroyer. That move should finish people. Should be a finisher. 1, 2, 3. Humberto wins. Jesus. Someone's won. The match is over. Right, so Zelina was standing there just so that she could introduce Andrade. Watch behind you, son. Watch behind you. There he is. That was so obvious. That was so obvious. Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo. The crowd don't exist. WWE are trying out brand new graphics. You're right, CGI. This is actually an empty arena match. And they've CGI'd some people in. But the question is, why have they CGI'd in such a boring crowd? If you was going to CGI in a red hot crowd, wouldn't you pick, like, an Attitude Era crowd? With all the signs. I suppose the problem is you'd have, like, lots of Austin 316s and things like that. Rio to the outside. Zelina. She's got them heels on. She said she'd be wearing them. And here we go, look. He's exposing the concrete floor. She did tell us that was going to happen as well. Bit of concrete. Dead crowd. Yes. The glitchy crowd in 2K20 is better. I agree, Thomas. I agree. Right. Into the barricade goes Humberto Carrillo. That's how I like to spend my time now, just saying Humberto's name. Look at me! So, into the barricade went Humberto. Is hammerlock DDT onto the concrete floor. Yeah. There we go. Bang! Onto the concrete floor. I don't think this match is going to go long. It's my time. Rey Mysterio has seen enough. Rey Mysterio's coming down. He's got his gloves on! Yay! He's got his gloves on! He managed to get his gloves on! It's taken him the whole gauntlet match! So why is Andrade walking away? Why doesn't he just get in the ring? Get in the ring, win by count out. What's going on? Andrade's just said it's my time. He's gestured about the belt, done the hammerlock DDT onto the exposed concrete floor, and then gone, bye! Walked away. What's that about? Why is he celebrating? Why are they laughing? You're not going to win the match. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait, so 45 plus minutes. And there was no finish. Well, I think the gauntlet match is still going, isn't it? Who else is there? There's got to be some other people. We haven't seen everyone, have we? Surely there'll be like two people that come down. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know anymore. I think Rey Mysterio's gloves won. That's who won the gauntlet match. It's going to be Rey Mysterio versus his gloves next week. Raw is awesome, and that's the bottom line because nobody said so. Did Hardy win the Gauntlet match? Let's say yes. This is a complete waste of time. This is what the crowd deserves. Yeah, do you reckon Vince is like backstage? He's like, man, this crowd are trash. Let's scrap the show. We're gonna give them what they deserve. Let's just put on a Gauntlet match that never ends, and then when it does end, it's not gonna make any sense. God damn. Days, I'll be watching a little preview of the 2K21 crowd. We might be, my friend. We might be. I'd rather watch boring Corbin. Yeah, it's not good, is it? It is not good. We're at commercial break right now, so I honestly don't know who else is coming out. I don't know where we are with this Gauntlet match. I honestly thought that the Lana Lashley segment going into this was going to be the worst segment. I thought that would be the segment to fear. Turns out I was wrong. Turns out the segment to fear it has been this Gauntlet match. Really haven't enjoyed it. Nothing you can do to save this one. Yeah. True. It is what it is. Hello, remember me. I don't comment too much. I love watching the streams. Thank you very much, Brittany. Love to you, Brittany. I hope you are well. I hope that you are finding something in this mess of a show to enjoy, because it is flat, man. It is like the Netherlands. It is flat, baby. The crowds always make or break the show. I don't know if they're not turning the crowds down. There's got to be something, because the crowds this year have been so much quieter. Do you think it's got something to do with the vocal people going to AEW or something? Is the vocal part of the crowd that really want to enjoy a show, that really want to get into a show, the crowd that, you know what I mean, have a few beers and they're like, yeah, whoa. Do you think they've gone to AEW and now we're just left with families or something? I don't know. Oh my God, what's happening now? Seth's coming out. Is that the end of the Gauntlet match? Seth's coming out and he's got a pipe. I think he's going after Rey Mysterio. Don't worry, Rey. Just go through the crowd like Andrade. Seth is on his way down. Go through the crowd, Rey. It's going to be a leader. Eric Haberman says the crowd have gone to sleep. Rey is trying to beat up the AOP on his own. Seems a bit silly. So Rey Mysterio is being beaten up. Knee to the midsection. Seth cutting a promo. Rey, how you doing? Here we go. Seth says, we found some of yours from last week. We want to give it back to you. There you go. He gives it to Rey. So Rey is down. He's got the pipe next to him. Grab the pipe, Rey. Grab the pipe. You're too slow, Rey. Okay, he's getting slammed down. Seth takes that pipe away. Big strike to the midsection. Rey Mysterio. I would be all right with the Seth versus Rey feud. Don't really know why they would do that, but I'd be all right with it. No one's won this Gauntlet match. Seth says it didn't have to be this way. So he says, you gave this to Kevin Owens to use on me and the AOP. There we go. AOP are beating up Ray. They are. Seth Rollins is better than the IWC. Okay. He says, tonight is your lucky night. You owe me one. Is he walking away? He throws the pipe out. He kind of teased he was going, but he's not. Curb. Bang. Curb stomp. Now I think he's leaving the ring. So Seth Rollins with a curb stomp to Rey Mysterio. That was interesting. At least that's a talking point. A false messiah backed up by thugs. Not my words. The words of Samoa Joseph. So Ray is down. So I'm guessing we're building towards a Seth versus Ray feud. Seth never quit. And look how you treated him. Yeah, he was trash. He's been trash this year. The Beast Slayer was god-awful. And they've even admitted it by changing his character. This is a little bit more intriguing, but him going back to that kind of darker Seth Rollins is a good thing. Positive thing. He's been whiny this year, hasn't he? He's been whiny. Honestly, I think the man's man sums him up. But potentially not anymore. What's the payoff with this? I think that we're moving towards a feud between Seth and Ray. How has Seth been trash? He's been trash because his matches haven't been as good as they were last year when he was doing Monday Night Rollins. The matches he's been having just haven't been setting the world on fire. Last year, I remember everyone was buzzing every single week. He was having match of the year after match of the year. He was facing the likes of Cesaro and everything. It was just brilliant matches. And his matches now have just been underwhelming. He just hasn't been delivering as much. I think also that some of the booking hasn't been brilliant. The fact that he was able to go into SummerSlam and get a victory over Brock Lesnar when he was injured was ridiculous. The way that they used his relationship with Becky, I think, held him back. I think that they could have done something cool there. Could have been like a really good reality show, which is how I would have done it. But they instead, I'm sorry to keep repeating it, but the man's man did not go down well with people. So you're kind of taking away a little bit of his masculinity. You're also watching him not deliver matches that were as good as 2018. You're also then seeing him getting booked badly. And then if you want the little cherry on top, he doesn't know how to use Twitter. Some of the stuff that he was sending out was so moronic that he even deleted his own account because of the amount of hate that he was getting. He botched 2019 for me. He was the most exciting superstar that they had, and 2018 you couldn't touch him. He was right up there for Wrestler of the Year, right up there with Kenny Omega. I mean, people were having conversations. Who is the best wrestler in the world? And Seth was rightfully in that conversation. 2019, it just all fell apart. He won the Rumble. And then for me, it went downhill. Picking up the victory at WrestleMania was okay. I don't know. I didn't like it, to be honest. But, it was what it was. But his match quality has fallen away. And I don't know why, to be honest. I think, I don't know if he got complacent. I don't know if he got tired. I don't know if he was carrying injuries. I don't know if his heart wasn't in it. I really don't know what it was. But, hopefully now this refresh is going to bring him back. You know, he's moving away from Beast Slayer, and I think that is the right thing. Really is the right thing. If we can go back to Monday Night Rollins, I'm all for it, man. Vape Rose Vape says, Huskus is my love child. That's amazing. I am pleased for you. I am pleased for you. Days after today's Raw, they will tape the Christmas episode. Do you think they will show an additional Liv Morgan promo? No. My gut instinct is that they will show them the in-ring stuff, but then they will save any other vignettes and backstage things for the actual show, because they won't want spoilers coming out for everything. Plus, they know that all the results are going to get leaked, so they will want some surprises. I am very, very confident that next week you will get some kind of a surprise backstage. There'll be some big talking point. Maybe Liv actually turns up next week or something backstage. Maybe Rowan reveals what's in his cage backstage. But there'll be something, because they'll want people, you know, talking about it on Twitter. I can't remember what the surprise was in London. There was something. There was something, because obviously it's taped at the O2. But there was some big talking point that they did backstage. I can't remember what it was. Has anything happened with Liv Morgan? Yeah, we've seen... we have seen a little vignette, which was very good. She was in a bathroom, and she got into the bath and said that she needed to destroy her old self to reveal who she really was. We didn't really learn a great deal more, but it really had like a 90s Scream film feel to it. Like if someone had burst in with a knife, I wouldn't have been surprised. Well, I would have been surprised, but you get what I'm saying. Right, we're backstage with Seth and the AOP. Seems quite happy with himself. Here is Charlie Caruso. Bray Wyatt attacked Daniel Bryan. Was that the talking point? Seth says he had a score to settle, and he settled the score. So Seth is challenging Ray. So Seth says he wants to establish dominance. One-on-one for the United States Championship next week. There we go. So we know that we're getting Seth versus Ray next week, which means they're taping that. So I do like it. I like what he's doing. Everything he's doing has got a logic. It's got a purpose. He says he's got a score to settle. We know why, because Rey Mysterio gave Kevin Owens that pipe to beat up the AOP and Seth with. So we know why he's got that grudge. And he said, I haven't put him in a hospital because I'm going to issue him a challenge. I want a one-on-one match for the United States title next week. I like it. It's good. It's good. Days, I watch the streams over Raw now as I find the program so unbelievably boring without the Fiend. Yeah. They need another Funhouse. It doesn't have to be the Funhouse, but there needs to be that talking point, that thing that's got a few hidden messages that you can get your teeth into and we can have a bit of fun with, you know? The wrestling's important, but when you've got Andrade, people like that, you're always going to have a good match, at least one good match on the show. So yeah, I think they need that mystery, don't they? They do need that darker character. But I gotta admit, I really like what I've seen with Seth tonight. So I've got high hopes for that. Right, what have we got next, friends? We've got Asuka. Hey, Asuka, and it sounds like Asuka's music as well. So it's not Kabuki Warriors. That is the way. Kyrie's here. Brilliant. So Kyrie, who suffered concussion, and I don't believe is medically cleared at the moment. Plus, this is Asuka's music, so seems like Asuka's going to be in a singles match now. Kairi Sane, is she heading to the back again? Yeah, it doesn't look like she's coming down with Asuka. So she's just come out to show people that she's okay, which is really cool. So great to see Kairi Sane. But Asuka's come down on her own. Asuka! Hey, if they're doing it for the United States Championship, do you think that means that we're going to see a new United States belt next week / in a couple of hours on Twitter? We might do, might we? There might be a new United States Championship belt. Don't think that match will have happened yet, will it? So, yes, we need to keep an eye out for that after. Asuka is facing an NXT prospect. Is she? Is she? What? On Raw? Doesn't Dana Brooke or someone need a match? I don't even know. What show's Dana Brooke on? I don't even know. Is she on SmackDown? Why do I keep naming SmackDown people? Right, Asuka has made her way out. I'm on my way, money is away. Right, she's in the ring. I don't think she is facing someone from NXT or an NXT prospect because they're not in the ring. So whoever it is getting a proper entrance. Later tonight, we've got a Becky Lynch interview. Asuka dancing around to her music. Here we go, look, she's bouncing around. What, she's facing Deonna Purrazzo? What? This is amazing. Deonna Purrazzo, who we've seen in the Mae Young Classic. No way. I could have met her when I went to NXT Tampa. She was there was 3 superstars that you could have spoken to. There was a big queue, so I didn't bother. But it was Mia Yim, Deonna Purrazzo, and Casey Catanzaro. This is amazing. They're giving Deonna Purrazzo a proper entrance. I love this. I think this is amazing. This is brilliant. We're actually seeing... This is great. This is so good. You were absolutely right. The chat were right. It is an NXT prospect, and it is Deonna Purrazzo. Now, this is such a great showcase for an NXT talent. And she's going to be in there against Asuka. And it's a new face as well. I really hope this is like a weekly regular thing that they do. Because I do think it's a really good way to just showcase some of that NXT talent. Just put a different NXT star on each week, you know? Asuka goes to the outside. I've joked before, and I'm going to say the same joke again because I don't come up with original content. Could you imagine if Deonna Purrazzo won, she then became one half of the women's tag champs, and then she would have to be in a tag team with Kairi Sane. If you're gonna put tag team champions in singles matches, then their titles should be on the line. Could help turn tonight's show around. What do you think about this week's Liv Morgan reveal? There is a video that's on the channel, but that's got all my thoughts in there. So I did a little quick reaction video. So that's on the channel right now. So I would urge that you check that out because I can tell you that I thought it was good. I can tell you that it wasn't what I was expecting. I can tell you that I'm intrigued as to where it's going to go. But I give a lot more detail in that video. So Asuka will lose. I don't think she's losing. I think she'll win. Asuka got kicked hard. She did. NXT chance. I am so excited for NXT. Any predictions? I think that one champion will retain and one title will change hands. So maybe Adam Cole retains and Shayna loses the belt. There's a lot of rumors that they want to take Shayna to either Raw or SmackDown. So I think I'd be leaning that way. Adam Cole retains and Shayna potentially loses. They could put the title on Finn Balor though as well. Be a big name, wouldn't it, to have as your NXT champion again? He's a bigger name than Adam Cole. But Adam Cole is a great champion. I can tell you that both got a bunch of dislikes on our Liv videos. Oh, don't worry about dislikes. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. It used to be, I don't even know if it's the case, but it used to be that any interaction on YouTube helped the performance of a video, which some people didn't know. So anyone that was disliking videos, YouTube actually appreciated the feedback and it would help the performance of the video because it meant people were watching it and interacting with it, and that's what YouTube wanted. It wanted people interacting with the content. I don't know if that's still the case. I don't know if they still treat dislikes that way. In my head, they do. So dislikes have never bothered me. When Asuka is mad, her nickname is Asuka the Grouch. Yes! There we go. That's a great wrestling cracker joke. It's the kind of thing that you can pull, and then you get a little joke. Loving that. Daniel Bryan was a great heel. I think you mean heel. And Hill's fine. Oh, it went? Ah, did it get deleted? Ah. Yes, that is still the rules. Yay! I mean, for the record, if people want to support channels, hit the like. But yeah, I don't dislikes don't necessarily bother me. Jay Shy says, I've missed Raw so far. Upset with TLC. Fiend ruined. No. Why would the Fiend be ruined? We didn't even see the Fiend. No. Funhouse Bray won the match. Daniel Bryan came back. I did not get Fiend ruined from last night at all, bud. Jay Shy. Shout out to our list of legends. So Eric Haberman, Vapor, Vape Ross, Vape, and Jay Shy. Right, we're underway. In the corner goes Deonna Purrazzo. Kick's coming in. Asuka is annoyed from last night. Deonna Purrazzo tags with Chelsea Green in NXT. I've never seen them tag together, actually. In fact, I don't know if I've seen Chelsea Green on NXT. I know they do a lot of house shows together. Right, Asuka going over. Hip attack. Looking for a running bulldog, but gets pushed into the corner. It's a good showcase for Deonna Purrazzo, this. Nice takedown. Working the arm. What? Armbar? That's middle of the ring, man. That's middle of the ring. Don't no-sell an armbar. That's a proper armbar. Rolls over. 1, 2. Asuka, lovely. And now Asuka's trying to get an armbar on Deonna Purrazzo. Deonna Purrazzo holding on. Doing what she can. Deonna Purrazzo trying to get a head scissors, but can't quite get the head of Asuka. Trying to get into a different position. Oh, nice. Knee bar. That's beautiful. You got to sell that, Deonna. Sell it better. Sell it. Sell it. Sell it. Sell it. Sell it. You're getting your leg ripped off. Scream, shout, look in pain. Come on, sell, sell, sell. Come on. Ah, don't just pull a funny face. Come on, Diana. Sell it better. Look, now you're getting your arm ripped off. You're getting your leg ripped off. Your arm ripped off. Sell! Come on! Oh, Jesus. What are they teaching them at the Performance Center? That was trash. That bit was trash. The selling of that was nowhere near good enough. Nowhere near good enough. Should have been crying blood at that point. Nice, face first. 1, 2, kick out by Asuka. I really like Deonna Purrazzo as well. I think she's a really good wrestler. She's got really great transitions and everything. I think she's very smooth in the ring. She's got some really interesting offense. She's not someone that's on my radar as like a trash wrestler, but that was a trash moment. I always get frustrated when they don't give submissions the respect that they deserve. I'm kind of already resigned to the fact that they're going to kick out of submissions, going to get out of submissions, going to find a way of escaping when they shouldn't. But it was middle of the ring. She was absolutely getting a knee ripped out or a arm ripped out of its socket. And all she can do is go, my arm hurts a little. Come on, you should be screaming and just... Should have sold it better, man. Eric Haberman says, I like Donna already. What a tall talent. Asuka locks in. Middle of the ring. Oh, and she taps. There we go. End of the match. D+ from me. I would have quite a few notes for Miss Purrazzo when she was to come back into Gorilla. I'd be right, love, get a chair. Grab a chair, because we're going to have a chat. She's got so much potential. She did some great stuff as well. I don't want to take away from the good stuff that she did in that match. Asuka dancing around. Matt says, boring show. Okay, we're backstage with Charlie Caruso and Becky Lynch. Sit down interview. What time is it? Oh, what is the main event of tonight? I don't even know what the main event is. Liv is going to attack Becky right now. That would be immense. So kiddie, I am gonna heap praise on you if that happens. Days, who'd win an arm wrestling match between you and Scott Steiner? Definitely not me. Becky says she is the golden goose. Didn't come this far to be shielded and protected. She's calling out Asuka a lot. We're seemingly building towards a match here between Becky and Asuka. Here we go. Building towards Asuka versus Becky, which I think would be a great match. I loved it from the Rumble. We had it at the Rumble earlier this year. Asuka victorious. I don't want to. I don't want. You know that Becky would be winning that this time. I don't want to see that. Belts. Orton versus AJ, says the Surge. You're right. It is main event time. Orton versus AJ. I'm leaning towards Orton. I'm leaning towards Orton. I can just see there being a bit of outside interference and, you know what I mean, Gallows and Anderson getting involved. And then out of nowhere, RKO, 1, 2, 3. So, Randy Orton, Asuka 3 belts. Little recap of the return of Daniel Bryan this Friday. What's next? This Friday, what's next for Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt? It's going to be good, man. Who needs this win more? I think AJ needs the win more, but I don't think he gets the win. I think he needs the win more because I think the OC need momentum. And they've not been getting momentum. So I think he needs it more. But I'm not sure they're going to give it him. I don't really... Well, out of 10, I think I'm still at about a 3. I don't think I've changed my mind. There's been nothing that's changed my mind. Whenever we get something good, we equally get something bad. Who would you rather make a video with, King Corbin or Bray Wyatt when he is wearing his mask? Definitely Wyatt. Definitely Bray Wyatt. As long as he doesn't attack me. Raw was boring tonight. It was flat. Was flat. Yeah, I agree with C Wrestling. It was that bad. 5.55. Well, we'll get all the scores in soon enough. We're only we're 20 minutes away from the end of the show. 20 minutes away, so there's not long to go through. Of course, they're already starting to watch the next week's taping, so be interesting to see what comes of that. Be interesting to see if there's a new like United States Championship that gets shown off or anything along those lines. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, interesting week. Let's put it that way. We are just at commercial break. If you are watching and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe. Make sure you join us. It would be awesome if you did. If you are watching and you're on the fence, maybe you've been watching a little while and you're like, oh, I just don't know. Do it. What have you got to lose? We're back again tomorrow for NWA Power. That is going to be amazing. Power tomorrow is going to be so much fun. One of my favorite streams of the week, man. I love that. Apparently, Orange Santa was not at Into the Fire, but he is back for the TV tapings. So you will see Orange Santa tomorrow. Orange Santa. So yeah, Orange Santa back tomorrow. OC needs this win, Days. Did you forget they beat the Raiders? No, but AJ didn't. And AJ's part of the OC. The problem is that when they're in this faction, you know, the tag team might be winning, but you need all of the members winning in order for the whole faction, for the whole group to get momentum. So OC victorious earlier with Gallows and Anderson. But they're now in the spotlight again. You know, when AJ comes down, it's all OC graphics and this. So AJ for me needs this to keep that momentum going. But I think they're going to go with Orton. Seth. Yeah. He's got a lot of problems, hasn't he, Ray? I mean, considering he's a legend, he's got a lot of people after him. Aleister Black is my favourite to win the Rumble. I'd love it. There we go. The challenge has been accepted. No great surprise. So we are going to get Ray versus Seth. Days, I'm done watching WWE. I'm just going to watch AEW. Well, don't give up on NXT. But also, I do think that we're going to get something quite interesting on Friday, because we're going to get Bray and we're going to get the return of Daniel Bryan. So yeah, I wouldn't give up on all of that. Right, AJ Styles on his way. I just realised that next week's crowd is going to be as bad as the crowd tonight. Yes, because it's the same. Why is every time WWE is bad, fans chant AEW like it's the best in the world? I think it's just to remind the powers that be that there is an alternative. Right, AJ on his way down. Where is Carmella? I'm not sure. Randy is looking for revenge. Fans aren't even chanting that anymore. That's true. They're not chanting anything. They've given up. They're just sitting there. Just like, make it end. Just make it end. Right, hashtag Orton versus Styles. We've got 15 minutes left. 15 minutes, my friends. It's all we've got to survive. I was optimistic before this as well. Raw is dead. Carmella's on SmackDown. She is, but have we seen her recently? I don't feel like I've seen her in a while. Days, I would love for AJ to win the Rumble. He needs a big achievement to make his career bigger. AJ winning would be cool. I'd be down with that. I do think they're doing a lot of... We said this in, I think, the stream yesterday. I think there's a lot of building for 2020. I think there's a lot of pieces being put in place for 2020. Okay. Crowd is on sleep mode. Styles on the outside. Orton going out after him. Styles gets back into the ring. Come on. Come on. Kick to Orton. Styles getting rolling out. Going after Orton. Picked up. Slammed on the edge of the ring. I survived Raw. Come on, Raw. Please hurry up and then. Yes. Look, this is always the show of the week that we worry about. I'll be honest. You can go back and watch at the start. I was very complimentary. I was very optimistic. I thought this was the post show from TLC. We were going to get some new stories and all of this kind of stuff. And I thought there was enough to make this a good show. It hasn't happened. But I remain optimistic for the rest of the week. I think Wednesday looks like it's going to be insane. I think Tuesdays and Power, I've heard, are excellent. And we get Bray on Friday, so I'm still got high hopes. High hopes for the rest of the week. Orton down in the ring. AJ on the outside. Looks like he's going for... Oh, looked like he was going for a phenomenal forearm, but didn't go for it in the end. Randy Orton shutting the door quick. He's got AJ's looking like he's going for like a draping DDT, but couldn't quite get it into a calf crusher. Nice. Calf crusher applied. Guys, you are witnessing a WrestleMania main event worthy match How are you not beaming with excitement? It has had a decent build, I suppose. I think the problem is I just don't care who wins. Just don't care if Randy Orton wins, then Randy Orton wins. If AJ wins, AJ wins. Orton's like a natural heel, isn't he? Like, Orton as a face just doesn't really work. So, I just never find myself rooting for Orton. And AJ has come into this as the heel. So I do think it makes this match difficult. I think people love AJ. So I'm sure people probably be supporting AJ. People love the RKO and Randy as well. But for me, personally, it just doesn't... I don't mind who wins. I think that's what it comes down to. They haven't booked it. There's been a story applied, but it hasn't been booked well enough where I'm sitting here and caring. I think if this was WrestleMania, it would have had a better build. But I don't disagree. This is definitely a WrestleMania-worthy match. Definitely. Nice. Running around the outside by AJ. Takes the legs away from Randy Orton. Nothing is worse than Miz as a face. Yeah, Miz as a face doesn't really work, does it? Sunil Singh is going to win the Rumble according to Mr. Monkey. There we go, the dream. Sunil Singh against Brock Lesnar. The dream match. Yeah, that would be very interesting. In fact, you could have like both of the Singh brothers going after different champions. Think that'd be a lot of fun. Rathman says, I see your point. Well, I see the point that was made as well. I don't disagree. This is definitely a WrestleMania-worthy match. Randy selling AJ moves like $1 million. Yes. Hopefully, Deonna Purrazzo is backstage taking notes. I'd rather see Huskus versus Ramblin' Rabbit. Kurt Hawkins to win the Rumble. I don't know if I'd mind if like someone like that was to win the Rumble, because surely they have got a chance. Do you know what I mean? Where you never get like a real low carder winning the Rumble. I think I'd be into that. Do you imagine if like Curtis Axel was to win the Rumble, the son of Mr. Perfect? Or what if Bo? What if Bo won the Rumble? And then his prize was to go up against Bray? You get Bo Dallas, winner of the Rumble, against Bray? The only problem is, like, whoever was to win the Rumble as an underdog, they would have a bit of support. Of course they would, because they're an underdog. But you couldn't support Bo if he was in the ring against Bray, could you? I mean, The Fiend is too cool. Bo against Brock is going to get destroyed. So, it's a hard story to tell, isn't it? But they should definitely do that one year. Should definitely do that one year. Put it on a low card. Have someone like No Way Jose win it. Bo would let him in. Axelmania. I loved Axelmania. Damien Sandow as well, dressing as the Macho Man. Do you remember that? Were they calling themselves the Meta Powers? I think they called themselves the Meta Powers or something. Joe Mikulachik says, Days, check out Kayla Braxton's tweet about Lana. Okay. Next week on Craw. Craw, I don't know what Craw is. Next week on Raw, the crowd is going to be replaced by cyborgs. Storm's Magic says, you are so enjoyable to watch. Thank you very much, Storm's Magic. Really appreciate the support, bud. Storm's Magic is here. That's very kind. I really do appreciate that. I need to check out Kayla Braxton's tweet, though, because I've been told. Normally, I wouldn't. Normally, I'd be sat here saying, oh, guys, there's no way. We haven't got time. We've definitely got time. For this Raw, we've definitely got time. Let's go to people. Kayla. Oh, I've put Kayla Baxton. I don't know who Kayla Baxton is. Who the hell's Kayla Baxton? Kayla Braxton. There we go. There she is. She has said... Kayla Braxton has said, I will forego my paycheck if we never see Lana and Lashley together on TV again. I can tell you, normal tweets get about 400 likes. This one, 5,783, and I'm going to like it as well. I've liked it as well. And I've retweeted it. And I've written the word this. There we go. Just so you know, don't even need to go on there now, do you? Don't even need to go on there. Right, we're back to the show. Thank you very much to Jay Shy, Eric Haberman, Joe Mikulicek, Storm's Magic. That's a fun name. I've got so many questions about Storm's Magic. What does it even mean? And like, it's got the Z as well in there, which I really like. Storm's Magic. Feel like that's like a really cool hip hop name. If someone was to say, "Oh man, have you heard that new album by Storm's Magic?" I'd be like, "No." Yeah, it's called Abracadabra. What? Oh man, that is sick. And we've got Eric Haberman as well again. So shout out to the list of legends. Junior Ventura says she's right. She's totally right. Days, I made a video on you and I really want you to see it. Send me a link to it. That storyline was Heyman's idea. Well, there we go. Even Paul Heyman can have bad ideas. Who here likes AEW like me? Danielle O'Brien, the Destroyer. I like AEW. I don't like everything they do, but I do like AEW. I think their promos in particular are excellent. Thank you very much to Jesse Callin. Appreciate the support, my friend. We are into the final 4 minutes. The final 4 minutes. Right, we've got Randy Orton up onto his feet now. AJ Styles as well. Big strikes coming in from Orton. Trying to soften up AJ Styles so he can hit him with that RKO. His leg's a little bit wobbly. Wobbly Orton, as I like to call him. Oh, uppercut. He is driving him back. And you got 4 minutes to save the world. That is forfeit time. Tomato sauce on a biscuit. Do it. I don't think I've got any tomato sauce. I don't even know if I've got a biscuit, actually. Oh, now Huskus is crying again. There are biscuits. I think. I don't know. I haven't looked. I try not to eat junk food because I literally spend my life sitting on this sofa. That's it. I spend my life sitting here. If I was to sit here eating biscuits and chocolate oranges, honestly, I'd be like the big Viking Raider. They'd call me Daisy Raider. Fridge Raider. AJ has got the leg of Randy Orton. This crowd is still not into this match. Still not into this match. See you later. What is that? So Kiddy? Suckiddy? Suckiddy. I've gone with Suckiddy. Suckiddy. There we go. Could be So Kiddy or it could be Suckiddy. Orton going for a cover. Storm's Magic. Magic is named after my favorite NBA team. Yes. And I like Storms. Oh! That's the best. That's the best. I didn't expect that. I thought you was going to tell me that it's the name of some hip-hop star that I've never heard of. Or it's some kind of nickname. Or I love the fact that you've gone, I really like Storms. And Orlando Magic. I know my knowledge. There we go. Storm's Magic. Now the mystery has been solved. Cool name, dude. I like it. I like Terry's Chocolate Oranges. And my favourite team is probably Starbridge, because that's where I was born. So I'd be Starbridge Chocolate Orange from Terry's. Terry's Terry's Starbridge chocolate orange. Terry's chocolate Starbridge. That would be my username. I'd be Terry's chocolate Starbridge. Oh, the dream. I could also be Terry's chocolate Manchester United. Orton going up top. He's looking for the superplex. AJ taking the legs away from Randy Orton. Randy Orton face first. Into that turnbuckle. He's staggering back. AJ taking the legs away from underneath Orton. God, this can't go on for much. We've got a minute. I don't like Terry's chocolate oranges. I like my chocolate oranges. Do you know what? I wasn't even going to get one, but I am absolutely buying a load now. Ooh. He did land it, but it looked a little close, that springboard moonsault from AJ. They're going to cut it off during the match. What? Are they? Terry's Chocolate Manchester? Yes. Sounds like a brilliant place to visit, doesn't it? We're going on holiday. Where are you going? Terry's Chocolate Manchester. Oh, I love it there. It's amazing. The whole town is made out of chocolate. Right, I think he's calling for the Styles Clash. I don't think WWE are ever coming back to this place again. Couldn't get it. For a forfeit, how many chocolate orange segments can you stuff into your mouth? That's not a forfeit. That's a treat, isn't it? That's a wonderful challenge. Orton, please just hit him with the RKO. Look how excited that guy is. Did you see that guy in the green shirt? It's as if he's just seen Santa. You could see the sparkle of wonder in his eyes as he was staring at Orton. Man, that guy, proper into this. Styles reversed into a calf crusher. Calf crusher, Orton going over to the ropes. Trying to crawl over. Oh, they've gone into overtime. They've gone into overtime because this is a Raw. This is the Raw that I wanted overtime on. Of all the Raws to give us overtime, they give it on this. Nice. AJ teased that he was going to do that and then gets caught with it anyway. What the flippity flip was that? Orton wins with an RKO after that guy in the front row. Woo! He's celebrating because it's over. Woo! It's over! This is the loudest the crowd have been. In a minute, someone's going to go, can you all take your seats again? Because we're going to start the second Raw. And they're all going to start crying. Kicks coming in from Gallows and Anderson. They're beating up on Randy. Now we've got Viking Raiders coming down. No. Why have they brought the belts? They don't need the belts. Now they've just thrown the belts on the floor. So why did they bring the belts? They could have left the belts in the locker room. Why have they done that? And you can't tell me they're safer on the floor there than they were in the locker room. I'm not buying that. I don't understand. Were they stood backstage and they were like, oh, guys, we need to go out. Look. Right, grab the belt. Have you got the belt? Okay, where's my belt? You got my belt. There we go. There's your belt. Right, let's go. We need everyone to know we're the Raw Tag Team Champs. Boos at the end of Raw. And rightfully so. Not for the OC. For creative. And the lack of. Woo! That was a chore. Raw is chore. That's what it is. I think I'd rather do chores. Honestly, if Mama Days was to be like, look, you can either watch Raw or do all this washing up, I'd be like, oh, thank God we've got washing up. Thank God the dishwasher is broken. Get your scores in. Hashtag I survived Raw. Yes. When I listen to Samoa Joe, I hear someone who listened to Gorilla Monsoon a lot as a kid. Do you know what? I wish I could have the sound up a little more so I could hear Samoa Joe. Because the bits I hear, I think are absolutely brilliant. First hour was 5. Rest was a 1. 9! Dude, you've pressed the wrong button. You definitely pressed the wrong button. Your fingers have slipped. I'm not going to hold it against you. Well, you know, mistakes happen. Raw is a chore. It blooming is. Blooming is. This is wrestling. We didn't... did we hear any chants? I can't think of a single chant that I heard from that crowd. Not one chant. I can't think of anything. There was no "This is awesome." There was no "Fight Forever." There was no AEW. I can't think of a single chant. It's weird, isn't it? It's weird. That crowd was so quiet. They were really reflective. It's kind of like they've gone to confession or something. They've gone to church. I don't know. I don't know what I've seen. I don't know what I've just watched. I don't know what I've been subjected to. 8 days till Christmas. It is 8 days till Christmas, yeah. I think he was trying to type 999 to get help. Yeah, do you think he was trying to type it and to hope that like the police would come to arrest Creative? 2 out of 10. RKO. Was there an RKO chant? Fair enough. I didn't hear the RKO chant. I was asleep. I fell asleep at the end. That might have been the worst Raw of the year. That audience could be a new Netflix show. Raise gloves. Yes, raise gloves. Honestly, it comes to Summit when one of the highlights was watching Rey Mysterio struggle to put his gloves on. RKO chant, yes. Heydays, CM Punk return at the Royal Rumble. Yeah, I hope so. I think that would be really cool. I've got a chant. This was boring. Raw 2, crowd 1.5, chat 8.5. He was busy talking about chocolate for some reason. Yeah, it was so that I didn't fall into a coma. I just have to do something to prevent that, so made sense to talk about chocolate. 6.66 out of 10. 666, the number of the beast. Liv saved Raw. You still suck was chanted at Lana and Bobby. They were still awake at that point. I think that was in the first hour, wasn't it? I mean, look, we can lay into the crowd, and rightfully so. But you got to feel for them as well. There wasn't a great deal to get enthusiastic about. I do think that the crowd makes a big difference to the show. I don't know how much of a difference, but I do think it makes a big difference. I think if the crowd were like really behind stuff, it helps you get into it as well. And I don't know why, but they do seem quieter. They really do seem quieter these days. I don't know if they've been turned down, and as we said, I don't know if maybe some more of the passionate people have gone to AEW, as stupid as that sounds. I don't know what's changed. I feel like something has. And it only seems to have been like the back end of this year. So, yeah, I can't quite put my finger on it, but I do think it makes a difference. At least the crowd had access to alcohol. I didn't. Best part was the ending almost getting cut off. The funny segments happened. There's a few little bits in there. Only thing I'll ever hate about Seth is his hometown. 1 out of 10 says cool 1979. I'm at a 3. And I think that's a fair score. And looking at the scores that you guys have dropped, I think it's roughly in line. So I think there's a few things going on that I think could be quite interesting. I kind of like what they're doing with Seth and AOP. We'll have to see how they use it. I like them using NXT talent. I think that's really cool. I hope that's something that we see every week. And Liv Morgan thing I thought was interesting. I thought that was cool. So I was on board with that. I am struggling now. Asuka's cool. I love Asuka. And it was great to see Kyrie, see that she was all right. So, it was all right. It was all right. Say it was all right. It was a 3. If you think 3's all right. Right. I think we're going to go. Because there's really not much more to say about this. It really wasn't a good show. But for me, it's the stream that I least look forward to, as crazy as that sounds. It's probably the most popular stream as well. The numbers are crazy. Like, we will tend to get around about 15 to 20,000 people join us for a Raw stream. And when it comes to a NXT stream, it'll be around about 5 to 10. SmackDown will be about 10. So there is always substantially more people that watch arguably the worst wrestling show of the week. I don't understand. I think it's because Raw, people still see it as the A show, don't they? And it's, in all fairness, it's got Seth, it's got Becky, it's got AJ, it's got Randy Orton, it's got big names, but it's just not clicking. It's just not clicking. So, don't sleep on the other shows. Don't miss NXT, AEW. Don't miss SmackDown. Don't miss NWA. If you've never given it a go, give it a go tomorrow. It's going to be free on YouTube. We're doing a watch-along, so we'll still have fun. I think tomorrow's going to be a lot of fun. I've heard it's a great, great show as well. So we are back tomorrow. And yes, we're going to be back Wednesday, Friday, blah, 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 blah. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. But I think we've said everything that needs to be said. So thanks a lot for watching. I really do appreciate it. I know it was not a great show. Hopefully we still had a bit of fun in the stream. But we will be back tomorrow for NWA Power. Awesome, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.